presents the world's greatest live tribute show, Legends in Concert, direct from London, featuring tributes to Elton John, Freddie Mercury, Adele,
Hello, how are you?
Rod Stewart, and Dusty Springfield. These incredible artists, backed by a live band, deliver one of the most spectacular concerts you'll ever see. Every ticket at the Fireside includes a superb dinner prepared by award-winning chefs and a chance to visit their spectacular gift shops. Order your tickets now. Call 800-477-9505 or visit firesidetheater.com. See Legends in Concert, direct from London, live on stage, June 1st through July 16th, exclusively at the Fireside Theater.
Are you tired of being tired? Go to adventknows.com.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback.
Call Tayback for the payback. Tayback Law is the local veterans benefit claims law firm. They're now accepting Camp Lejeune claims. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
V5 Fum. We smell San Franciscans.
Swing and a drive. Deep left field. Alvarez staring. Two more for the crew. Owen Miller with a two-run home run.
The Giants are in Brew City starting tonight at 6:05 on News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
At 3:01, I'm Sandy Max. This is Wisconsin's Afternoon News for Thursday, May 25th. Your top story: a Milwaukee mainstay in manufacturing is shutting down. Also, quick bounce back after a major fire.
Well, we started off with some slowdowns, that's for sure. Southbound 41 is going to be heavy from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. The northbound side is also going to be a bit backed up. We're looking at about a 16-minute ride there from the Zoo to Highway Q. Most of it happening coming out of the Zoo interchange up past Swan Boulevard. Westbound 94 filling in. It's 11 minutes downtown to the Zoo. Slowing from around 20th Street past the Stadium interchange. And then on southbound 43, we got a couple pockets of heavy traffic, one right around Silver Spring, another one heading into the Capitol Drive area. All told, about a 12-minute ride from Brown Deer Road into downtown. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Weather-wise, mainly clear tonight, low 45, and tomorrow, sunshine, high 68, inland 61, lakeside. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a century-old factory on Milwaukee's northwest side closing its doors.
Master Lock announcing they're closing their facility at 32nd and Center. UAW Local 469 President Mike Bink tells WTMJ how the union reacted to the news.
We're very upset that this decision's been made. What the company has told us so far is that everyone will remain employed through October.
Bink says that's over 300 jobs that will be lost. The union now turning to what's next for those workers.
We have to work with our members, various employment agencies, do whatever we can to make sure they land on their feet.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Mayor Cavalier Johnson calling the closure a slap in the face to Master Lock's workers. The pallet company in Slinger, where a massive fire took place last weekend, says it expects to be fully operational by the end of the week. The fire at Oak Creek Wood Products prompted authorities to shut down I-41 Sunday night. Smoke has been billowing from the site for days. The company tells the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel that the total damage from the fire was significant, but the vast majority of its products were not affected. The fire originated in a pile of mulch. A 71-year-old man from Heartland was shot while driving in Milwaukee and crashed into another driver Wednesday evening. TMJ4 News reporting it happened near 12th and Washington. The man was transported to a local hospital with a non-fatal injury, and the driver of the vehicle struck was not injured. Milwaukee police are investigating the circumstances leading up to the shooting and continue to seek unknown suspects. Defaulting on the national debt is, quote, not an option, end quote. This afternoon from President Joe Biden in the Rose Garden at the White House, he said he and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy are making progress, and he expects they'll get a deal over the finish line.
President Biden again tried to make clear what the negotiations are focused on, saying they're not about avoiding a default, but rather budgets and what he called competing visions for America.
Speaker McCarthy and I have a very different view of who should bear the burden of additional efforts to get our fiscal house in order. I don't believe the whole burden should fall on the backs of middle class and working class Americans. My House Republican friends disagree.
Still, the president continued to express optimism the two sides would come to an agreement. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
Brewers pitchers have been spending a lot of time on the injured list. Eric Lauer, Wade Miley, Brandon Woodruff, just to name a few. General Manager Matt Arnold tells Wisconsin's Morning News the new pitch clocks could play a factor in injuries.
When there's only 15, 20 seconds to throw the baseball, you just got to get the ball and go. And then oftentimes when they have a 6-pitch inning in between and they have to go right back out, that's a lot. These guys have to really be explosive out there. And so certainly I think they put themselves at the potential for more injury.
Arnold joins Brewers 360 at 7:45 every Thursday morning. Brewers and Giants from AmFam Field tonight right here on WTMJ. The Brewers look to make it 3 in a row, and we're not just talking about wins. Greg Matzek has more in sports next, citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 3:05.
Hi, it's Mary Ann. Spring weather is certainly unpredictable, but at Heiser, our prices aren't. Find the perfect vehicle on our lots, or we'll help you special order one. You'll get upfront pricing, no hidden market adjustment fees, and we have inventory under MSRP. Stop in or shop online at Heiser.com. At Heiser, today's your day.
See dealer for complete details.
Steinhaffel's biggest Memorial Day sale is happening now. Get a Ninja 7-in-1 Master Grill with your purchase of $49.99 or more. Then take an extra $100 off your purchase of $19.99 or more. Take an extra 15% off our already reduced clearance center prices. Plus, with Steinhaffel's special 72-month financing, your new room just got even more affordable. The Memorial Day sales event, only at Steinhaffel's and Steinhaffels.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. Garage door broke. Do it right. Don't think twice. Call Geis. Need a new garage door. Do it right. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
A great way to add value and curb appeal to your home is with a new CHI maintenance-free garage door. In fact, a recent study by Remodelers Magazine reports that the average return on investment is an amazing 82%, ranking #1 among all home improvement projects. To see our huge selection of doors, come visit us at our Brookfield location or view our online showroom at GeisDoors.com. We have everything from alley doors to custom wood designer doors and everything in between. Remember, for all your garage door needs, call Geis at 262-784-4250 or visit us online at GeisDoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk. Here's Greg Matzek.
Well, not only are the Brewers riding a modest 2-game winning streak, they have back-to-back shutout wins over the Astros. They'll look to build upon that tonight in Game 1 of a 4-game series against the Giants. He was the other guy in the Brewers' most significant offseason trade. William Contreras was the headliner, the Brewers' catcher, under control for multiple years at an All-Star. The other guy was reliever Yoel Payamps. Where would the Brewers' bullpen be without him?
He's pitched great. I'm not going to grade the guys down there for you, but he's pitched wonderfully, and he's getting big outs. And I think he's also pitching with a lot of confidence.
Payamps 2-0 with a 2.22 ERA for Craig Counsell, pitching in high-leverage situations. Coverage of tonight's game gets underway following the 6 o'clock news. Packers wrapping up Block 1 of organized team activities. The first opportunity for young Lucas Van Ness to take the field against veterans and alongside veterans such as Kenny Clark.
He got a lot of power to his game, and I think, him playing inside in college, really helped him out with that. He's a really good athlete, and he can get around the edge and do all that kind of stuff, get on edges. But his power game is going to be good for him. I believe that his speed to power and all that kind of stuff. Once he starts unlocking those tools and starts understanding it, he's going to be a problem.
Yeah, Van Ness, one of 3 rookies unsigned currently, but still able to participate in voluntary activities. And in the NBA, the Miami Heat can advance to the NBA Finals tonight with a win over the Celtics. 3 shutouts in a row. John, can the Brewers get it?
Yeah.
Why not?
Pitching's been good.
They have 6 shutouts this season.
That's
that
impressive.
is a more than respectable number at this point of the year.
For sure. It is 3:09 at WTMJ. The 3 at 3 up next.
The Simply Yours sofa from Penny Mustard is like a choose-your-own-adventure book.
Because you choose your own features.
Arm style, cushions, back, legs, finish, fabric, color, everything.
If you choose the Slay the Dragon, turn to page 34.
But to choose a sofa that's the envy of all your friends, turn to Penny Mustard.
The Simply Yours sofa, starting at $46 a month, with just 1 penny down and no interest until May of 2027, through June 4th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Give future generations a connection to their past by securing cemetery property today. Now is always the best time to buy cemetery property, because purchasing today is your best protection against rising prices and limited inventory. Whether you choose burial or cremation, we have options for every belief at any budget. Speak with us today about available financing and pricing options. We're Forest Hill Memorial Park. Find us at dignitymemorial.com.
3301 East Forest Hill Avenue, Oak Creek, Wisconsin, 53154.
Off Mosquito Repellent, a clean feel so you can accessorize without mosquitoes. You can wear classic whites and jeans and know what you are covered with 8 hours of not sticky, fragrance-free protection. S.C. Johnson.
This is Jim Griffin with marvelous service specials. We'll change your oil, inspect and rotate your tires, check the battery and air filter, give it a complete multi-point inspection, check your AC or your heat, and even change your wiper blades, all for $129.95. Good at all 5 Griffin dealerships.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John McCure.
All right, happy Thursday. Sandy's here, so is Greg, Debbie, Adam producing the show this afternoon. We're glad you're with us. Some of the things that we're tracking on this Thursday.
This is the 3 at 3 on Wisconsin's afternoon news.
All right, Sandy, what's first up?
Culver's scoring pretty high on a list of the healthiest fast food cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I like this. So Culver's is number 4 when it comes to the healthiness of their cheeseburgers, and all the big chains are represented here. Here's what they looked at. This was very simple. It was strictly health-based. They looked at the amount of sugar, fat, salt, and calorie content per ounce in the burgers. So they say it was not subjective. This is how they looked at things, and Culver's was 4th. The Whataburger with cheese was number 1. In-N-Out Burgers cheeseburger was number 2. The most unhealthy burger belonged to Burger King. Says not good.
Aww.
And McDonald's was the middle of the pack. But Culver's smacked McDonald's around a little bit. Culver's number 4.
Does that matter? Like when
No.
you're getting a cheeseburger, it's like, well, I'm getting the healthy one here. Culver's
Absolutely
just makes
not.
a delicious cheeseburger. I'm getting that regardless.
I'm
right?
likely to go the other route. I don't want the healthiest
Yeah, right.
cheeseburger.
Give
It's
me
probably
the
going to be
worst.
dry and nasty, and no.
Well, Culver's is not that. That's a good burger.
That's
right
a great burger. So I don't want the very healthiest cheeseburger. That's probably going to taste like cardboard. So congratulations, Culver's. This is good news for them. And we know they have great food, so nice job, Culver's. What's up next?
After 9 shows, a Wisconsin professor, his run on Jeopardy came to an end over a spelling error, and fans are not happy about it. This is what it sounded like.
Ben Chan, what did you come up with? Who are Beatrice and Benedict? Unfortunately, that is not correct. Correct response, Beatrice and Benedict from Much Ado About Nothing.
Oh!
That's the rules, though. So here's the rules per Jeopardy. You don't have to spell the final answer correctly, but it must be phonetically correct and not add or subtract any extraneous sounds or syllables. So Chan's spelling Benedict was technically different than Benedict and ended on a different sound, so his run is over. And he had been just killing people, too.
$252,000 so far. He's an assistant professor of philosophy at St. Norbert in De Pere, and the good news is he's going to be back for the Tournament of Champions.
Yes. So we'll be cheering for him then when he comes on back
That
to the Tournament
hurts,
of Champions.
though. I would have.
Yeah, it does. And he says he knew the answer, like it was
Of
a
course.
spelling mistake.
Oh.
All right, what's next?
A new arrival at the Milwaukee County Zoo. Little baby Humps is not her name, I don't think.
No, here's the thing. This baby, a camel, doesn't have a name. Why haven't we named the camel?
I got to think Milwaukee County Zoo has a naming contest in store, don't you think?
I don't know, maybe, but that's not mentioned in any of the press coverage anywhere. It's a Bactrian camel born in about a week ago, weighing in at 88 pounds. 88 pounds, and Mom and Dad are said to be doing good. AJ is the mom, Stan is the dad.
Stan.
By the way, AJ the mom's older than Stan, so AJ the mama camel is apparently a cougar.
Oh, by 1 year. I don't know what that is in camel years, like dog years.
He's a camel, not a cougar. So everybody's doing good, though. A new camel at our zoo.
And this is the first daughter for AJ and Stan. Oliver, Jethro, and George have been born at Milwaukee County Zoo and moved on to other zoos.
Those names make me laugh.
I know. They're charming. They're charming. But you should be able to see little baby camel out in the outdoor habitat daily.
It's 3:14 at WTMJ.
So when you're in a pain spiral, will stem cells or bone marrow harvested from your body and then placed back into your body get you out of it? For those willing to go through a very expensive and not exactly easy process, which is not FDA approved, it might. But for those not willing to pay exorbitant amounts to go through all that, especially knowing that pain relief is not a sure thing, it's not an option. At Rejuvenex, we inject powerful, FDA-approved treatments that reduce inflammation and pain, while improving mobility in hips, shoulders, elbows, and knees. With some patients experiencing relief for greater than 2 years before repeating the process. I'm Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics, and we are in network with most major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief, really. Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Sit means sit dog training. I'll tell you what, you got a dog that doesn't behave like you want that dog to behave? I've got the answer for you. It's sit means sit dog training. I was in your position. Beautiful dogs, friendly dogs, dogs that didn't listen so great. Now Bella and Baxter are better behaved thanks to Sit Means Sit dog training. It's because we're better behaved. They've given us the tools and what we need to make sure our dogs are happier and listen better. It's really simple. SitMeansSitWaukesha.com. Get started there. You can even start with a free consultation. That's what we did. Have happier, better behaved dogs. It's Sit Means Sit dog training.
If you need a place for new home interior ideas, then you have to come talk to us. Our on-staff decorators know furniture, home decor, and a lot more. And they're not only creative, but also very willing to help you make great choices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Stop in often because our inventory changes daily.
Design Exchange.
Previously, it has been gently loved. But here, you'll only find very well-conditioned premium home decor items that you likely won't find elsewhere. Distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original art, and other tasteful home decor at a value. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Traffic sponsored by Weniger Compressor, the Midwest air compressor experts. Visit pressureisoff.biz.
Weniger Compressor salutes business owners who put the I can in American while treating their customers right.
Call up the boys at Weniger Compressor.
Traffic and weather. Then we head to Titletown for the latest on that great news about the draft coming to town. Aaron Poppy, our friend, is going to be with us. First, Debbie Lazaga. How we doing, Deb?
Well, a little bit slow along 41 southbound, John. We've got basically from Silver Spring all the way down to about Burleigh. Going to be kind of a heavy spot there. 17 minutes to get from Highway 2 to the zoo. The northbound side, about 16. Most of that happening coming out of the zoo up past Swan Boulevard. Southbound 43 still has those just couple of pockets there. One right around Silver Spring, another one heading into the Capitol Drive area. Both of these are due to construction going on. Maybe a little bit tight as you're making your way through the Marquette interchange. The northbound side, though, is a little bit heavier. We're seeing delays coming up from Fond du Lac Avenue up past Locust, and then another heavy spot heading up north of Good Hope Road. So just keep that in mind. Westbound on 94, slowing from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard, and westbound 894, starting to see those delays kicking in out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to about 56, actually 68th Street. That's where it is. And then it starts to let up, and you're okay in through the hail. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, clear skies, a low of 39 inland, a little bit cooler tonight. Tomorrow, sunny and pleasant, a high of 70. On Saturday, sunny and beautiful, a high of 76. Sunday's great, too. A lot of sunshine, a high of 80. And on Monday, sunny, a high of 80 as well. Right now, a chilly 54 degrees in Milwaukee. We've been reporting all week on how the draft is coming to Titletown. Well-deserved, exciting. This is going to be awesome. Packers' Aaron Popke is with us on the WTMJ hotline. Aaron, how you doing?
I am doing well. How are things with you today and this week?
Man, everything's good. Everything's great, and we're a little bit better because of this big event coming up to Green Bay. Take us behind the scenes a little bit. How long ago did you guys know that the draft was coming to Green Bay?
Well, we knew we had a good chance, probably even each year that has passed, and we've been expressing our interest. In fact, that goes back to, if you saw some of the discussion yesterday, we put in our first expression of interest in 2016, and that was for the 2019 draft. And then myself and Brad Toll, who heads up our tourism bureau here at Discover Green Bay, he and I went to the draft in Philadelphia and saw it in person, and the more we saw stuff, like, hey, we can put this together. So things got more serious in the ensuing years, and the last couple of years we knew our information was sound, and as the NFL updated their bid specs, we were able to. So we knew it was coming together, and then this year they said, hey, you got a really good chance, and let's plan for that possibility, and then it got approved on Monday, and the celebration began, and then almost like a football team with a victory, we said, all right, let's be done with that. Now we got to start preparing. Not quite, but
exactly.
It's been a lot of fun.
Aaron, in your estimation, was the draft put on hold to Green Bay until renovations to the Resch Center were completed and Titletown was a little bit more built out? Was that some of the feedback you got from the NFL, that you're getting close, but you're not there yet in terms of infrastructure?
Not necessarily. I mean, it wasn't like, I would say, directly said, but as we updated them on what was coming online, that definitely helped the conversation. I think they knew from the start that it was a worthy spot given the history and tradition. I mean, the Packers predate the NFL. 1919, the NFL started in 20. So I think they really liked that idea of being tied to the beginning of the game, and everybody that loves the Packers, we often hear, if we're not somebody's favorite team, we're their second favorite team. They just love the idea that is the Packers, and that's why we're popular in so many ways. But they knew the draft would have that kind of special feeling too. While it may not be as large as Nashville with 600,000 people, but we could have easily a couple 100,000 people here over the course of the weekend, and just the ties to the history of the game. It's going to have this authentic feel to it, and that was always a plus. And then as these items came on board, the Resch Expo, the new convention center right across the street, and Titletown, as you said, that got built out. So there's the heart of the campus itself is a great place, and we've got more hotels, we've got more attractions. Downtown's got some neat elements. So all those things came together as it evolved to make us an even more attractive place.
Nashville was able to put it right in the city streets, Aaron. It was a really cool backdrop, and Nashville's a wonderful city. Do you imagine the largest collection of fans to not be in the streets in Green Bay, but rather inside the stadium? Are you going to use the bowl somehow?
The NFL is going to come in, we believe, next month and start to develop more of those more in-depth details in terms of where they'll place things. But they could very well place the stage inside the stadium. They did that, as you may know, in Dallas when the draft was there. And then utilize the parking lots, Resch Expo, Resch Center, Titletown for the other events. They could choose to put it outside and use Lambeau as a backdrop. I mean, either way, the visuals of the aerial setup are going to be fantastic. So we know all those elements are in play. and it'll be fantastic experience for people on the ground and for the 50+ million viewers tuning in over the course of the weekend. It'll look fantastic too.
Aaron, I have to think this is a fantastic experience for you and the entire Green Bay Packers organization. What kind of celebration was there when you finally find out this is official for 2025?
Well, we knew, as I said earlier, just the last couple of years, the strength of our assets that we've got here and the history and tradition part that'll make it unique to any other place it's been so far. That was growing, and even this year, as we got in our bid information, and the NFL came back with more detailed questions about this element and that element, and we said to ourselves, "Oh, you know what? It's getting pretty serious." So we had a pretty good sense this could be our year. With the last couple of years, we thought we had a good shot, and of course, we weren't bidding on 26 because we've got the Wisconsin Notre Dame game, and then 27 was another option. So we felt pretty good about 25 or 27. And for when the realization hit us, there was a lot of joy in that. Oh, we got it! This is going to be so great for the community and the state of Wisconsin to have that type of exposure, and just people thinking that there's going to be so many opportunities to maximize the benefit. So that part's exciting. And those of us from the area, I mentioned this yesterday, I'm from Green Bay, grew up here, and like a lot of kids in the area would, dreamed of playing for the Packers. And then, of course, when you think you're going to be a pro football player, you think of that day you get selected, and to have those choices be actually made in Lambeau or in the shadow of Lambeau Field for these players in this life-changing event, I mean, that's really special. So we got a lot of excited people. I've been in some meetings today with people in the community about just different things we're working on, but everybody's talking about the draft. And even around the state, we know the support we have is tremendous, and it's exciting. It is definitely going to be a big deal.
No doubt about it. It's super exciting. Aaron Popke is the Director of Public Affairs for the Packers. Great to have you with us, Aaron. We hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Thank you. You as well, and we'll have lots to talk about over the next 2 years preparing.
Yeah, it's all good stuff. All right, thanks, Aaron. It is 3:26 at WTMJ. Time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Kind of a mixed day. Some of the indices are still concerned about the debt ceiling, but tech stocks did pretty well today. The S&P 500 was up 36 points to close at 4151. The NASDAQ was up 219 to close at 12698. The Dow was off a little bit today, dropping 36 points. Annex Wealth Management, know the difference.
You might have heard the old saying, history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. The team at Annex Wealth Management tends to agree. Look at every inflation battle for the past 60 years. While not every facet is the same, there sure are similarities. Knowledge is power. How are you with financial rhymes? Do you know how previous investors did in the battle against inflation? Who succeeded? Who didn't? Our team of experts with a diversity of experience, insight, and opinion is what sets Annex Wealth Management apart. It's a team that works together to do what's in our clients' best interests. One team allows Annex to take a holistic approach to financial planning. And face it, that's something a do-it-yourselfer, one-person shop, or an inexperienced firm might find too challenging. Take a quick look at the headlines. We're not out of the woods yet. It's time for a seasoned team, a team that's seen it before, a team equipped to guide you on the path to where you're headed. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference. AnnexWealth.com.
Advent founder Dr. Madan Kandula.
If you were formerly breathing properly and we just plugged your nose up, you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it for a few minutes. You're not going to like it for an hour. You wouldn't stand it for a day. If we're talking weeks, you're going to be clawing at the walls to get that thing off. And if we're talking months to years to decades, many of our patients are basically walking around with clothespins on their nose and they don't know any difference. They've never experienced what life is supposed to be like when you breathe properly, and so for them, they feel like it's normal. It should be no surprise that many of the folks that we treat have downstream conditions. So if somebody's nose isn't working properly, if somebody's throat isn't working properly, they're not breathing properly. And when you don't breathe properly, it creates problems for your body.
When you breathe well, you live better. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment today.
Breathe well with simple solutions. Advent Inflation has pushed up the cost of just about everything, which means if you bought life insurance a few years ago, it might not be enough to protect your family today. Now is the time to get the insurance you need at a price you can afford. In a hurry? Don't worry. Call Select Quote now and get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam. That's right. You can get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam in under an hour.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-613-8990. That's 1-800-613-8990. Or go to SelectQuote.com now and get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam. That's 1-800-613-8990. Or go to SelectQuote.com now. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Social Security benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Unable to work due to health problems? Let Tayback help you get approved for the Social Security benefits you're entitled to. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 3:30. I'm John Mercure. Your top story: shutting down after over a century of manufacturing.
I'm Sandy Max. The longest sentence yet in January 6th trials.
I'm Greg Matzik. Welcome to the team. Here's the ball.
I'm Debbie Loziga. We actually have some delays coming right out of the Marquette interchange, kind of heavy all the way through to Mitchell Boulevard. So watch out for those extra minutes there. Southbound 43 slowing down south of Capitol Drive, heading down past Locust, and then again from Fond du Lac Avenue through the Marquette. Northbound 41 backing up out of the Zoo interchange past Swan Boulevard. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, clear skies, a low of 39 degrees. Tomorrow, sunny and pleasant, a high of 70. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a longtime Milwaukee factory says it's shutting down.
The Master Lock facility at 32nd and Center will be completely shut down by next March, the company announcing today. UAW Local 469 President Mike Bink tells WTMJ there are some silver linings.
The company's committed to treating people well on the way out, that they are going to provide out packages for everyone.
Bink says it's far from the worst case scenario for this type of manufacturing closure.
The company did give us a lot of warning rather than just doing a 60-day plant closing notice, which is the minimum.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
The company says in a statement they're moving their manufacturing to other locations in North America and around the world.
The founder of the Oath Keepers, Stuart Rhodes, today sentenced to 18 years in prison for his role in the January 6th storming of the Capitol. Following the sentencing, Rhodes' lawyer, Philip Linder, shared his reaction.
Of course, I wanted less. The prosecutors wanted more. But based on Judge Mehta's belief of what the facts show and his recitation of that yesterday and today, I believe that was lower than what I thought Mehta would do.
The 18-year sentence is the longest so far in punishments for those found guilty of planning or participating in that January 6th attack.
The pallet company in Slinger, where a massive fire took place last weekend, says it expects to be fully operational by the end of the week. The fire at Oak Creek Wood Products prompted authorities to shut down I-41 Sunday night. Smoke's been billowing from the site for days. The company tells the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel that the total damage from the fire was significant, but the vast majority of its products were not affected. The fire originated in a pile of mulch.
There are still things we don't know about the future Milwaukee Public Museum, even though officials have already revealed plans for the 5 permanent galleries.
With the howler monkey, snake button, and features of the streets of Old Milwaukee carrying over, MPM President and CEO Ellen Sensky says people are excited about the new museum.
You know, the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive.
Sensky tells Wisconsin's Morning News there's plenty we haven't seen yet, plans for the entire first floor, and more details about the rooftop garden.
We also want to make sure that we leave some of it a mystery so that you have something to discover in the new museum.
New museum set to open in 2026. Vince Vitrano, WTMJ News.
A deadly accident for a zebra at the Milwaukee County Zoo. The zoo says Stuart the zebra was running and chasing impalas when he ran into a wire fence. The animal succumbed to his injuries despite the veterinary team's best efforts.
The homestand continues for the Crew. Greg Matzik has the latest on the Brewers next in sports.
Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 3:33. Start your weekend tonight with a free dinner at the historic Fox and Hounds restaurant. The food is world-class, the atmosphere warm and cozy, the staff is super friendly, and your second dinner is always free. Enjoy one of my favorites, the Northwoods pan-fried walleye. Get it about every other time I'm in there. It's fantastic. Shrimp pasta, the steak and lobster, a big fresh garden salad. Any dinner on the menu, your second one is free. Desserts and ice cream drinks, this is my favorite part. Also, buy one, get one free. Choose from over 100 wines on a brand new wine list, 20 fine bourbons, a great selection of beer to accent your dinner. And those 7 wood-burning fireplaces, going to feel pretty good on a chilly night like tonight. Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, promotion, or retirement at the Fox and Hounds, and your second dinner is free. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill, the drive is beautiful. Weekends might be too busy for you, so enjoy your free dinner tonight. Reserve your table. Visit foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. It is a gem. And the Friday all-you-can-eat cod fish fry is just $15. It's the Fox and Hounds.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. I always thought Vince Lombardi came up with that famous sports nugget, but it turns out he borrowed it from a college coach. And now I'm going to borrow it too, because when there are 10 or 20 offers on a property, there's only one winner. In today's inventory-starved real estate market, you need a Lombardi-level mortgage coach, one who has all the best plays in the playbook. Going with your bank for your pre-approval is like playing in a professional playoff game with the JV coach at the helm. The Lombardi-level coaches at AccuNet are called senior loan consultants, and each one has been trained by me to help you and your real estate agent work as one team to deliver the one and only thing that matters, winning. So if you've been losing with your flimsy bank pre-approval, trade up today to a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval and a Lombardi-level game plan. And if you're just getting started, why not start with the best? Click on the blue button today and get started with your winning game plan at ACCUNET.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk. Here's Greg Matzik.
Well, the newest member of the Milwaukee Brewers is Julio Teheran. The team signs Teheran to a one-year contract. He's a starting pitcher, and he's needed. The Brewers have 3 starters on the injured list.
Everybody's dealing with these types of injuries. That we've seen it with a number of the really good teams. The Dodgers have a bunch, and so do the Braves, and those are both good teams. And so we're dealing with the same thing as well here, but we're doing what we can to put the best product on the field every day.
That's Brewers GM Matt Arnold. Teheran will start tonight as the Brewers take on the Giants in game 1 of a 4-game series. Hasn't pitched in a big league game since 2021. Fellow starter Adrian Hauser, meanwhile, hasn't allowed a run in his last 11 1/3 innings.
There's a confidence to him right now. He's pitching with a lot of confidence. I think Williams doing a fabulous job with him as well. The fastball is very good. The sinker and the four-seam fastball are really good. And the off-speeds, he's getting some strikes with his off-speed stuff. Another really nice outing.
That's Brewers manager Craig Counsell. Coverage of tonight's game gets underway at 6:05. Brewers begin the day with a 2-game lead over the Pirates for first place in the NL Central. Packers wrapping up Block 1 of organized team activities. Block 2 gets underway on May 30th. The Heat and Celtics meet tonight in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Miami will advance to the NBA Finals with a win. And last week, Johnny was the darling of the PGA Championship. Remember Michael Block? We talked about him.
Oh, yeah.
Ended up 15th. That was his headline grabbing as Brooks Koepka winning. So Block, he's a club pro from California, gets a sponsor's exemption to take part in this week's event, the Charles Schwab Challenge in Texas. Through 7 holes, he's 3 over and tied for 105th place.
Oh, boy.
Work
back
to do.
earth.
Hey, that's all right. Even if he finishes dead last, it doesn't make the cut. Last week still happened, and that's okay.
Nobody can take that from him.
Absolutely not.
That's good stuff. 3:37 at WTMJ.
St. Vincent de Paul Milwaukee seeks a hands-on facility manager to maintain our thrift store and meal program buildings, grounds, and equipment. In this full-time position with benefits, you'll oversee all facility contracted services and perform light maintenance and repairs to buildings and equipment. Technical training in basic electricity, plumbing, carpentry, and/or mechanical is required, and a degree is a plus. Go to svdpmilw.org to learn more and apply. Good luck.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
While the warm weather has you feeling like new, get old with a money market account from Old National Bank and earn a 5.00% annual percentage yield. Whether you're saving up for something big or just for a rainy day, Old National is here for you. Earn 5.00% APY with our limited time 12-month introductory money market offer. To earn the promotional rate, account must be funded with a minimum of $10,000 not on deposit at Old National as of April 14th, 2023. Learn more at oldnational.com or visit a local banking center today. Offer not available online. Member FDIC. Old National Bank. Get old.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
We like our beer fat as can be. We like our dogs with mustard.
So I had the greatest night last night. Did something that I didn't really think I'd be doing anytime soon.
Microwaved a meal?
Did not do that for sure. I had a meal. I went to the Lake Country Dockhounds baseball game in Oconomowoc. A beautiful stadium. They're a MLB partner league, and it was really incredible. It was fun. It was a little chilly, but it was okay. We had sweatshirts on. There's guys on the team that have big league experience. There's guys on the team that will play in the big leagues. This is a feeder league for MLB and their minor league system. So the Dockhounds play out there in Oconomowoc. I got to tell you, the craziest thing I saw, they have two dogs that are bat dogs. So instead of having a bat boy, a guy hits the ground ball and is running down to first base. Instead of a kid in a little uniform running out there, they have dogs that run out and fetch the bats. It's the craziest thing. After the game started, and I was watching this happen for the first time, looking out at the field, and a guy's running down to first base, and I see a dog run out from the dugout and grab a bat. I was thinking somebody's dog got loose. I was like, what the hell is that? Oh, that's a bat dog. His name's Colt.
Does he have a little jersey?
He's
A
got a little
bandana,
jersey.
maybe? Yeah.
He does. He's got a little jersey.
Love it.
And he fetches the bat. Louis the Hound, Louis Slugger, is their mascot.
Oh!
Makes sense.
Yeah, he was there.
That
so that was
warms
fun.
my heart.
It was just the greatest experience because I knew it was going to be good right when I got there because I pulled in off the interstate and I was getting ready to get into the complex. And I was thinking, all right, better get my wallet out. I wonder how much parking is. It's a minor league game, so I'm thinking maybe it's only $10 or something. I get in. Parking is free. There's no paying for parking at the minor league games. Somebody told me it's like that at all minor league parks. So it was the coolest thing right off the bat. You don't pay to park. You get in. You walk right into the game. The crack of the bat. The crowd is there, and they have a beautiful facility in Oconomowoc. They know what they're doing.
That's a cool experience. I feel like the amount of baseball you can watch that's like high-level quality baseball beyond the Brewers is remarkable. What you just described is common to the Chinooks or the Kingfish in Kenosha, right? These Northwood leagues have popped up and become real popular, and their feeder programs, their college players' summer plans is playing in these leagues. Some have big league aspirations. In fact, most do. But the experience, the fan experience, you're just right on top of it. You're immersed in it.
Yeah, there was a guy who pitched last night who's 29 years old, and he spent time in the big leagues. And then there's guys on the team that are 17 and 18 years old who are climbing toward the big leagues. I'm looking at the roster right now. It's pretty fascinating. They have guys on their team with MLB experience, guys that have played in AAA, single A, double A, some guys who are fresh out of college. It's just really, really cool, and it's affordable. You look out there, and there are families there, and you know they can go to the game and afford it. Last night when we were there, it was a $2 hot dog night. So you go with your family, you get hot dogs for a couple of bucks. The beer is cheap. It was pretty cool experience.
And these are intimate stadiums. So like Greg was saying, you get to see the action. And what's more American than baseball?
Yeah, this one seats 3,500. So you're right. Small stadium, really nice. I just can't get over how beautiful it is. I grew up going to the games in Kenosha, which is now the Kingfish. I think it was a single A affiliate of the Twins when I was growing up.
Simmons Field or something like that in Kenosha? Yeah.
Now that place is a very old field. It's from the 50s, and it feels really old. It's cool it's in downtown, but it's old. This place is like a brand spanking new, beautiful facility.
Kenosha,
it's just impressive.
Kingfish has one of my favorite mascots. His name is Elvis. The big fish. And I do like Gil the Chinooks, too. I'm a sucker for a good mascot. But truly, there are tons. There are at least a dozen teams here in Wisconsin that you can enjoy all over the state. And I did a little bit of research. If you do want to go see some minor league baseball and enjoy up close, the Kingfish are in town this weekend. The Milkmen, the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers.
That's a great place,
Appleton.
too.
Eau Claire Express, the Fond du Lac Spiders, which is, again, a great team name. Green Bay Rockers, who used to be the Booyah, but they're the Rockers now. Madison Mallards, Wisconsin Rapids Rafters, they all have home games throughout the weekend.
And, at Lake Country, the Dockhounds, they're taking this stuff serious. They fired their manager because they got off to a slow start.
Really?
In this little, what are they? I don't think
no
they're part of the North
man.
League. Yeah, right. They're not playing.
But unlike the little leagues and the majors, I gotta think, at least most games I've been to, you don't have the fans heckling and being mean.
That's true.
Like it's a happier vibe at this level
For
of
sure.
ball.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it was. It was a really nice vibe. I just never thought I'd be a minor league baseball guy. Now I kind of feel like I am.
Well, that explains the shirt and hat you wore to work today.
Yeah.
And are you going to get into minor league fantasy baseball as addicted as you are to the major league fantasy baseball?
Yeah, I am hooked on fantasy baseball. But no, I don't think so. I don't know. Could we start a league? Maybe we could start our own fantasy.
Why not?
Baseball league for Dockhound level play.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was fun, though. So if you get a chance this weekend, Sandy mentioned it. A lot of teams are around this weekend. Check it out. It's affordable fun for the family. Here's something I think we are going to do. So Lake Country Dockhounds have host families for their players. And we've done this a couple times. We had a foreign exchange student for a year, and then during the U.S. Open, we hosted a professional golfer at our house, which was an amazing experience while he played in the U.S. Open. I think we might host a baseball player next year.
I'm all for it. I hosted Tom Wilhelmsen back in the day. He was a really tall, lanky, I think left-handed pitcher who was with the Brewers team and then wound up playing with Seattle, but had a very interesting story, but it was part of the Brewers farm team system. And what did I get for Valentine's Day? It was 2 or 3 weeks.
That's cool.
I was kind of bringing them up and teaching these players, and it was the same group of people that came up with Prince Fielder and Corey Hart.
Oh,
We're all in that same group.
Yeah.
It was a great experience.
Yeah. So it's cool. Check it out. It is 3:45 at WTMJ. Up next, depending on what soap you use, could depend on how much you're bothered by mosquitoes.
Giants are headed to Milwaukee, and Uncle Jesse and Uncle Joey are making sure this house is full.
Hit to right center, high in the gap. Winker into second with a scorching double.
Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 6:05.
Swinging a drive to left and deep. Get out of here, gone for Joey Weaver.
This series is sponsored by Steinhaffel's Memorial Day Sale. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
I don't want to go to bed at night dreading waking up in the morning knowing that I'm going to feel like a rusty lawn chair getting out of bed and getting opened up and not being able to really move for a couple hours really throughout the day.
For former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter and those dealing with daily aches and pains, QC Kinetics regenerative pain treatments are a game changer, providing long-lasting relief.
Go into a specific joint, a specific region, and then help promote that healing process using your own body's mechanisms to heal. I mean, that's been something that's pretty powerful, and there's no surgery, there's no downtime.
QC Kinetics natural treatments help the body heal and restore itself. No more rusty lawn chair.
It's no surprise to see people being willing to try this first, especially when it has such great results.
Pain relief the natural way. QC Kinetics. Call today for your complimentary consultation. Find out if you're a good candidate for treatment.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Do you need to rent a bus for a corporate outing, baseball game, or a wedding? Milwaukee Bus Rentals has a bus for you. You may have seen our lime green buses driving through town. Now we have a fleet of black buses too. The rides are perfect for bachelorette parties, wedding shuttles, trips to the ballpark, and corporate outings. Milwaukee Bus Rentals can even plan a tour of Milwaukee to add to your bus rental if you'd like. The wheels on our buses do, in fact, go round and round all through the town. Book yours at MilwaukeeBusRentals.com.
We all share the same roads, but when an accident happens, we don't always share the same consequences. Big trucks can cause big damage. Injuries can be severe and may require a lifetime of care and compensation. Call Gruber Law Offices today. We can help you from the safety and comfort of your own home. Our virtual sign-up process is quick and easy. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Visit GetRoto.net for all your sewer and drain cleanup needs.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Traffic is sponsored by Roto-Rooter, the sewer and drain experts you've trusted for over 85 years. Hello, Debbie.
Hello, John. We do have those delays out of the Marquette interchange past the stadium interchange on 94 westbound, so be prepared for that right now. Downtown to the zoo is going to be a 13-minute ride. We've also got some pockets of heavy traffic southbound on 43 right around Silver Spring, and then back on the brakes from just south of Capitol Drive down towards the Marquette. Northbound side of 4394 slowing down just into the Marquette interchange, and then as you head past Fond du Lac Avenue up past the North Avenue curve, still going to be a little bit tight there. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for tonight. It's going to be clear with a low of 39. Good sleeping weather. My wife wants me to start closing the window, but nah, it's open. Tomorrow, sunny and pleasant, a high of 70. Saturday, beautiful, 76. Sunday, awesome, 80. Monday, sunny, 80. What a great stretch. Right now in Milwaukee, it's sunny and 54 degrees.
A little bit of soap will wash away your lipstick.
So a new study out on what sorts of soap and body wash are more likely to attract mosquitoes and repel mosquitoes. So it doesn't have so much brand names as definite scents that mosquitoes like and do not like. So what's the scent of the soap or body wash that you guys use? What's the scent? How would you describe the scent, Sandy Max?
I have a bar literally that said it has patchouli in it, and I like it. I mean, I know people turn up their nose at patchouli.
What? You don't smell like patchouli when you come in here?
No, because it's light, but that is the current bar of soap in the shower at Heads.
Whoa,
notes of patchouli.
That is another story for another time.
Wow.
Bar of soap. People still use bars of soap?
I like bar of soap, too.
Wow.
I have both. I have bar of soap,
Me too.
patchouli, and then as a gift, my dear friend Katie gave me one of those Bath and Body Works, and it's like orange magnolia. But it's one of those limited fragrances, so I use it sparingly. I think it's discontinued, so I either smell very flowery or like patchouli.
I don't think I've used a bar of soap in 30 years.
I like bar of soap. I use both. So when I'm doing a regular shower, I use the bar of soap. When I've been working out, for whatever reason, I use a little sponge thing, and I use body wash.
That's interesting.
I like the bar of soap,
I don't
though.
like soap scum in the shower, so there's no soap scum. That's one of the things. I also don't like hair on soap. That's another thing. Anyways, that's the Yost Show for today.
What's your scent?
What's the scent?
What's your
that
scent?
you're using
I don't
of your body gel?
Ocean breeze? Like, what the hell is
Me
that?
too.
Like, I don't know what that
like
means.
Kramer?
It's blue and it smells good, and
I like the ocean
Emily and I
scents,
use
too.
it.
I like anything that smells like the beach.
Okay.
So for me, that also leads to I like tropical smells. So I use a lot of stuff that smells like coconut, like either coconut or the ocean,
Yeah, I've
or a lot of
noticed,
times
yeah.
they go together, that coconutty smell. Coconut is the #1 scent that mosquitoes like.
Huh.
And it's also one of the top scents of soap available. And mosquitoes like the smell.
Of coconut.
Yeah, you know what? I just totally misspoke. Sorry. Mosquitoes do not like the smell of coconut. Let me go back. I got confused. Mosquitoes
You got excited about patchouli.
do not like the smell of coconut.
Okay.
So if you use coconut, it's a natural repellent. Experts don't know why. Maybe they don't like the tropics, but they do not like the smell of coconut.
I want to now slather myself with coconut oil because
Yeah.
it's so softening.
Yeah, they don't like that. You'd be good. Here's what they
Be
do
careful,
like.
you get zits from that.
Yeah, but
Just
you're not getting
saying.
bit.
Yeah, would I rather
this
have
is true.
nipples
It's not a
or
bad trade-off.
scratchy?
You want zit or bit? Here's what they like the most. Anything floral. Anything that smells like a flower. So use that magnolia very sparingly.
Yeah,
You're going to get eaten alive.
That makes some amount of sense, but mosquitoes, I watched a documentary. I always thought, well, at least the birds are eating them. I think mosquitoes really are just a nuisance. Period. End of story. They don't pollinate. They don't
Yeah.
feed birds. Like they're really
What good are
just-
they?
Exactly.
Deb, what's your scent?
Well, bats actually eat mosquitoes.
Oh,
so,
God,
you
we don't
know.
want bats, though.
I like bats.
Bats are
No,
fun.
they eat all bugs.
Oh, but man, I don't want a bat flying around my house. My wife would never go
You don't
outside.
have to have it in
They're
your
not
house.
interested in that. Yeah.
What's your scent, Deb? What's your scent?
I use Tone, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's made anymore. So I had gotten like this big old package from. I bought it on Amazon. Kind of tried to load up and stock up before it all went away. But yeah, Tone.
You have a
Husband
huge
uses
box
Irish
in
Spring.
the-
I love Irish Spring.
You're the
That's-
third Irish Spring.
That's my all-time favorite. I have Irish Spring right now, a bar of soap
It
that
reminds
you would
me
hate,
of my
Matt
grandma,
Sicknick.
though.
Reminds
she
you
used
of your
to
grandma?
have it at her house.
Good. Then I'll remind you of your grandma.
I truly didn't know that Irish Spring was made anymore.
Oh, yes.
And I
Absolutely.
don't not like it. I haven't seen
Oh,
it
it's still
around.
out there.
I like the marbled green look of it.
Yeah, it's still the same. I got a bar right now.
My ultimate thought is this. Mosquitoes are going to find you one way or the other, right? If you use body wash, if you use a bar of soap, if you don't, regardless of the smell, if it's patchouli, coconut, or salmon, they are going to find you. They will land on you, they will bite you, and you will get mad. Now, some might be more attractive than others, I also think that, how much carbon dioxide you give off, that's kind of a big deal. Any mosquito trap tries to give off CO2 while having a little fan that sucks in the bug along with that blue light. And there you go. It starts collecting bugs.
I got one of those. I don't know if that thing works.
I think they do work because they collect bugs, but I don't. All it does is thin the herd. Like, it doesn't solve the problem.
But I don't even think, in my house at least, it's not even noticeable that it thins the herd. I have the same one you have.
There are bugs in it, though, right?
There are bugs in it, but I still get eaten at the same rate as before we put that thing up.
Right. So it doesn't solve the problem. It thins the herd, and the blue light is kind of appealing.
Here's the number one things that, besides magnolia-flavored soap, that mosquitoes like.
Okay.
Large emissions of carbon dioxide. They say this is one of the reasons that heavier people who breathe heavier are more likely to get bitten by mosquitoes. So
They're
carbon
attracted
dioxide.
to that. Okay.
Yes, they also like body odor. So if you got the stanky funk going on, you're going to get bitten. So get back to using some of that soap. But a
You're
flavor
on the
they don't
patio
like.
all by yourself getting bitten up by mosquitoes. That is not a way to live.
No, they like the funk. They also like dark clothing. You're more likely to get bitten if you're wearing dark clothing. They also like pregnant women. Who doesn't? I mean, I guess mosquitoes are into that. Pregnant women, much more likely to get bitten, they say.
Biting for two.
And if you drink beer, a 2002 study showed you are more likely to get bitten by a mosquito.
Because it's oozing out of your pores,
Is
and the
that why
mosquito
there's like
wants to come
tons of
hang out.
mosquitoes in Wisconsin now?
Because of the beer consumption.
Yeah.
Ain't no law with White Claw.
Aren't they?
You won't get bitten if you're drinking a White Claw.
Oh, you're on that train now? Yeah. You go to one Doc Hounds game and you're a whole different person.
I had a White Claw.
Well, you
at
made
the
me
Doc Hounds
curious.
game.
I was looking up natural repellents of mosquitoes, and I'm delighted to see that high up on the list is lavender is something that can repel mosquitoes. And that's something that smells nice for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, spray it on your pillow and you can sleep well,
Yes,
too.
exactly.
De-stresses you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say look into lavender if you want to try to mitigate the mosquito population in your yards.
So I'm looking at a list that says how to prevent mosquito bites. You know what the number one thing is?
Stay inside.
Yeah. We have to put that on the list? That's on the list.
Don't leave the house.
Stay inside. Gee, thank you. Number 2 is use an insect repellent. This is a great list. Number 3, wear long sleeves. Okay, yeah.
Number 4, live in the North Pole.
Did someone get paid to put this list together? It is 3:56 at WTMJ. Business headlines are up next here on WTMJ. Couple of words here for Griffin Muskego used car. I love the Griffin experience. They've got the best selection on the lots. They've got the best service. It is Griffin. Jim Griffin's new car locations have been selling so many used cars. They opened up a used car lot in Muskego, a great resource on the corner of Janesville Road and Racine Avenue. Get a used car you can trust. Griffin Muskego Used Cars offering the same great deals you'd expect from a leader in the market. Buying a pre-owned vehicle from a local dealer, it just makes sense. Visit the website, griffinmuskego.com, for a wide selection of pre-owned cars and trucks, coupes, even low-mile SUVs. Unique, hard-to-find miles. Choose from over 15 popular brands. 22 pre-owned trucks, SUVs, and sedans available right now, starting at $11,995. And your vehicle's worth more right now. Let Griffin Muskego Used Cars on the corner of Janesville and Racine buy your vehicle outright. You don't need to buy anything from them. Ask about their hassle-free appraisal process for your car, truck, or SUV. You can have a check for your vehicle in under an hour. Stop into Griffin Muskego Used Cars today. Business headlines on this Thursday. It's Margaret Notchek at the Milwaukee Business Journal.
The Northwestern Mutual Foundation, the nonprofit arm of Milwaukee-based Northwestern Mutual, gave almost $3 million in grants to local Milwaukee attractions such as the Milwaukee Public Museum and Marcus Performing Arts Center. Summerfest will have 2 new bars this year. Keg and Cask will be located on the south end of the park, and the Starry Bar will be located on the waterfront. The city of Milwaukee's population was down 0.4% year over year in 2022 to 563,305 people. Milwaukee County and the Milwaukee metropolitan area's populations also declined. I'm Margaret Notchek with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate
Your pain is likely due to a wear and tear process called osteoarthritis. Now, when you combine that with being a little overweight or not being as active as you'd like to be, you get into a downward pain spiral. At Rejuvenex, we control pain by precisely targeting and treating the areas where your pain lives, like shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees, with our powerful FDA-approved treatments that cushion and lubricate the affected areas to deliver long-lasting pain relief. Now, like maintenance on a car, to maintain your relief, our team of physicians will follow up with you roughly every 6 to 18 months. My name is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics. Rejuvenex is in network with most major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief, really.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. There's free pizza today at the Amazing Mineshaft restaurant in Hartford. Seriously, it is free. Coaches, managers, business owners. Check this out. Every Thursday when you buy one pizza, you get a second pizza free. Buy 5 pizzas, get 5 free. You know how this goes. Buy 10, get 10 free. Any size, any quantity. So bring in your soccer, baseball, basketball, or tennis team, your club organization after practice, or game today for that free pizza. Your kids are going to love that world-class game room. It's fun. It's affordable. Team bonding, what a great idea. Bring in pizza for your loyal employees today. They're going to love it, and half your pizzas are free. You're going to love that. The Mineshaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh, just off the interstate. Stop today for your free pizza with your family, with your employees. I love the pepperoni at the Mineshaft. It's the real deal. The Friday cod fish fry is all you can eat. It's under $10. It's the best fish fry value anywhere. Order your pizza now. Pick it up shortly. Visit MineShaftRestaurant.com. It's the Mineshaft.
Heard it work? Contact Tayback for the payback. Go to TaybackAttorneys.com.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
Fee, 5, fum. We smell San Franciscans.
Swing and a drive. Deep left field. Alvarez staring. 2 more for the crew. Owen Miller with a 2-run home run.
The Giants are in Brew City starting tonight at 6:05 on News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
I'm John Mercure. Your top story, a major blow to Milwaukee manufacturing.
I'm Sandy Max. Thumbs up for Microsoft.
I'm Greg Matzik. The Brewers go for 3 shutouts in a row.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. Eastbound 94 starting to slow down a little bit, heading in from about 68th Street to about Holly Road. The westbound side slow right out of the Marquette through the Stadium interchange. Have a bit of a heavier ride right now on 43 southbound starting at Keefe. Pretty much all the way down to the Marquette, and westbound 894 right out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to about Loomis is where we're seeing the delays now. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, clear skies, a low of 45. Tomorrow, sunny skies, a high of 68 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a century-old factory on Milwaukee's northwest side is closing its doors.
Master Lock announcing they're closing their facility at 32nd and Center. UAW Local 469 President Mike Bink tells WTMJ how the union reacted to the news.
We're very upset that this decision's been made. What the company has told us so far is that everyone will remain employed through October.
Bink says that's over 300 jobs that will be lost. The union now turning to what's next for those workers.
We have to work with our members, various employment agencies, do whatever we can to make sure they land on their feet.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
The Village of Mount Pleasant in Racine County has closed on its land sale to Microsoft for their planned $1 billion data center there. Microsoft is buying a 315-acre parcel of land in the Village of Mount Pleasant for that new data center. According to the news release put out by municipal backers of the project, site readiness work could start later this year, pending approvals.
The pallet company in Slinger, where a massive fire took place last weekend, says it expects to be fully operational by the end of the week. The fire at Oak Creek Wood Products prompted authorities to shut down 41 Sunday night. Smoke's been billowing from the site for days. Total damage from the fire was significant, but the vast majority of the products there were not affected. The fire originated in a pile of mulch.
There are still things we don't know about the future Milwaukee Public Museum, even though officials have already revealed plans for the 5 permanent galleries.
With the howler monkey, snake button, and features of the streets of Old Milwaukee carrying over, MPM President and CEO Ellen Sensky says people are excited about the new museum.
You know, the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive.
Sensky tells Wisconsin's Morning News there's plenty we haven't seen yet, plans for the entire first floor, and more details about the rooftop garden.
We also want to make sure that we leave some of it a mystery so that you have something to discover in the new museum.
New museum set to open in 2026. Vince Vitrano, WTMJ News.
A deadly accident for a zebra at the Milwaukee County Zoo. The zoo says Stewart, the zebra, was running and chasing impalas when he ran into a wire fence. The animal succumbed to his injuries despite the veterinary team's best efforts.
The Brewers lead in the Central grows. Greg Matzik explains next in sports.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 4:04. News is sponsored by Smart Spaces. Visit smartspaceswi.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Greg Scalzo for Smart Spaces. How can Smart Spaces transform your business?
Really looking at the entire space holistically. The environment, the walls, ceilings, lighting, flooring, furniture, technology, along with acoustics.
To conceptualize how the end users are going to interact with the room, from the furniture all the way down to the AV, having that work seamlessly within the environment and often hiding within the furniture.
Let Smart Spaces transform your business today. Visit smartspaceswi.com.
Wisconsin Harley-Davidson is ready for summer. Are you? Join Wisconsin Harley-Davidson on May 27th for their annual honor celebration from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Enjoy a ride to place flags at the Wisconsin Memorial Cemetery and return back for a day of honoring our veterans. Not a rider? That is okay. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson will have music, food, and so much more. Like and follow Wisconsin Harley-Davidson on Facebook, Instagram, and online at wishd.com. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, your destination dealer.
CPAP is one option that can be used to keep the throat open at night. It can work. There are other ways of keeping that airway open other than the machine. Another option that most people have never heard of is an oral appliance. An oral appliance is like a retainer that you wear when you're sleeping at night. It's super slim, slides in your mouth, and what it does is it helps to keep your airway open. That's exactly what a CPAP machine does. Most people who are good candidates for a CPAP machine to treat their sleep apnea are also good candidates for an oral appliance. Most of those people never get offered an oral appliance. Advent has decided to change the practice of medicine in this country by offering oral appliances to our patients. And what that means is we are allowing our patients to have the choice of a CPAP machine oral appliance when they have sleep apnea, and that's a big deal.
Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventNows.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk. Here's Greg Matzik.
Well, the newest member of the Brewers is 32-year-old starting pitcher Julio Teheran. Tonight's starting pitcher for the Brewers is 32-year-old Julio Teheran. Welcome to the club. There's the bathroom. Here's the ball. Brewers take on the Giants tonight in game one of a four-game series. Haven't seen the lineup yet, but if Owen Miller's not in it, something's wrong. Guy's batting .403 in May.
I mean, I think he's swinging the bat well. Kind of earned his way into a regular spot in the lineup somewhere. But no, I think he's just swinging the bat well. I mean, he swung the bat well really all season. The power has started to come, but he's had good at-bats really since the day he walked into Arizona. He's been having good at-bats, so he's putting together a nice little season.
Brewers remain in first place in the NL Central, 2 games ahead of the Pirates. Yesterday's win over the Astros was completed in 2 hours, 9 minutes. Time of play way down from a year ago.
The pace of the game is great. The way the new rules have energized, I think, the fans and the players, I think, is a really good thing for everybody.
Brewers GM Matt Arnold, a guest on Wisconsin's Morning News earlier today. Coverage of tonight's game gets underway at 6:05. And in the NBA, it's the Heat and Celtics tonight. If the Heat win, they advance to the NBA Finals. This has never happened before. A team trailing 3-0 in a best-of-7 series has never come back to win it. They are 0-150.
Whoa.
0-150. So if Boston does turn the trick, they'll be the first team in NBA history to do so.
I don't know why I feel this way, but I feel it could happen. I feel like Boston's such a more talented team than Miami that it could happen.
They absolutely are. The Heat are better coached, and I don't think anybody has an answer for Jimmy Butler right now, but You're right. The more talented team is trailing.
But then again, the Bucks were more talented, and the Heat took them out. So
the Heat were also better coached.
Yep, they were. We know how that all ended up. 4:08 at WTMJ. Start your weekend tonight with a free dinner at the historic Fox and Hounds restaurant. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The food is world class, the atmosphere warm and cozy. The staff is super friendly, and your second dinner is always free. Enjoy the Northwoods pan-fried walleye, shrimp pasta, steak and lobster, a big fresh garden salad, anything on the menu, and your second dinner is free. Desserts and ice cream drinks. I love when they roll that dessert tray up to the table. Buy one of those, get one free. Choose from over 100 wines, 20 fine bourbons for a perfect dinner, and those 7 wood-burning fireplaces will enchant you when you walk in the door. Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, promotion, or retirement at the Fox and Hounds. Your second dinner is always free. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill. The drive is beautiful. Weekends may be too busy for some, so enjoy your free dinner tonight. Reserve your table. Visit foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. It's a gem. foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. And the Friday all-you-can-eat codfish fry is just $15.99.
Humans can do a lot of amazing things. Fighting bugs isn't one of them. STEM is powered by active ingredients found in plants to fight off bugs safely and effectively. Use as directed. STEM, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
Grandview buys homes. Let us help you sell your loved one's home. We'll buy your home completely as is. Get a fair cash offer in 48 hours and close on the day you choose. Take only the belongings you want and leave the stress and the mess to us. GrandviewHomes.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air. Broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John Mercure.
All right, happy Thursday. The team is here. Sandy, Greg, Debbie, Adam, everybody's here. Hope you're having a great day so far. Another list is out ranking the best beer cities in America. Don't matter what this list says. We know who's number one. But the list put together, this list I'm holding in my hand, says that our dear Milwaukee is number 3.
We're number 3. We're number 3.
I guess out of 50, that's fine.
Okay.
We're number 3. I mean, our baseball team is named after the industry.
You're right.
That should score big-time points, right? So here's what they looked at. Breweries per capita, bars per capita.
Got a lot of those.
We do. Average price of beer, affordability of domestic beer, affordability of imported beer, some Yelp ratings, and a beer passion score based on Google Trends, whatever that even means. So they crunch that all together, and they say that Pittsburgh is the best beer city in the USA. It has more bars and breweries than the average city. A lot of people search for beer online, and they have really, really low prices.
Get yourself some Yuengling out there.
I love Yuengling. Yuengling's finally available now the other side of the Mississippi.
Typically hard to find.
Yeah, it is. Right. It is. So best beer cities, Milwaukee. What do they have to say about Milwaukee, about why we are number 3 and what we have going for us? I'm going to read you just a little blurb because it's not that long. The home of the Miller Brewing Company has a staggering number of breweries throughout the city, 3.2 per every 100,000 residents. That's more than double the number in average cities. Milwaukee has 38 bars per 100,000 residents. That's also double what it is in most cities. Even they refer to this. Even the city's MLB team name is the Brewers. Milwaukee locals have little trouble squeezing beer into their budget. The average brew costing, what do you think the average brew costs in our city?
So is this like a pint, like that you're out, or you're at the store and picking it up?
I think it's out.
$4.50.
Hey,
man, you're good at this game.
Is $4.40.
Are you a beer drinker? Yeah,
okay.
$4.40.
$4.40, which is less than the average city. So those are all good things.
Definitely. And in this study by Clever Real Estate, they shouted out supposedly the best breweries in Milwaukee.
Yep.
Eagle Park Brewing Company.
Ding, ding.
Never been there.
It's wonderful.
I'd like
fantastic.
to go.
Absolutely fantastic.
Where is that?
Very clever.
There's one off Hamilton, kind of by the old Trocadero.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they just built a beautiful facility in Muskego.
Oh, nice.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Fantastic.
And the one by the old Trocadero, funny that we use old landmarks like that.
Yeah.
Close to Red Lion Pub is they have a parking
else in
lot
Trocadero now. I can't remember what it is, but we still call it the old
It's a
Trocadero.
cool
That's
building.
funny.
Yeah, and Lakefront Brewery.
Oh, yeah. That's a historic
fantastic.
tour. Absolutely fun.
Which is all debatable.
Wonderful tour.
What are you going to fill your cooler full of? What kind of beer do you when you're grilling?
Liney. A lot of Liney stuff.
Yeah, I'm a big Liney's fan, too. I think Outboard is a great patio beer. I always have a little bit of that.
I have River West Stein right now on my fridge. That's good. Liney Canoe Paddler is my favorite, though. But right now, I just looked last night. I had a beer last night when I got home from the baseball game because I didn't have enough to drink there, apparently.
Yeah, good.
And I think we have 14 beers in there, and it's a nice variety. I always have Miller Lite, usually have High Life. 5 or 6 Liney's beers is in there. I have Modelo in there right now, which I've really started to like Modelo. That is a much better beer than Corona.
Yeah, the advertising's working, huh?
It is. It is.
I'll hop on that train.
I used to like Corona a little bit, but Modelo's a better beer. What's your go-to beer?
I got to stock up at Woodman's. Oh, you're making me thirsty. The go-to, the regular that lives in the refrigerator is the City Lights Brewing Coconut Porter.
Oh, that's so good.
It is divine.
Yeah, you turned me on to that. That is really good.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
I do think we have some sort of a light Mexican beer living in the refrigerator right now because it's just crisp and good after yard work.
I'm going for seltzers now. I'm going to go out and buy. I'm going to buy like 50 cans of it tomorrow.
Yeah, so you have turned a new leaf in the last 24 hours. Because a drink that I think you have sworn off somehow ended up in your hand last night at this baseball game.
I don't even know how it happened. I thought I didn't like White Claw, but I think I do.
All of a sudden. It's okay. Like, it's okay.
You can drink it all for me. Everybody thinks I'm going to be a White Claw drinker, and
you're not?
I'd rather have the good stiff belt. I'd rather have a bourbon than a White Claw.
Yeah, me too. Inherently, I'm more a cocktail guy, but I drink a lot of beer too. I like it all.
A little more calorie conscious, right?
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
as sugary. So
yeah,
there's that.
Yeah. I had a Deep Eddy sweet tea seltzer last
Spiked
night.
sweet tea. Okay.
It was good. It was really. I'm telling you, I'm going to load the fridge with that stuff now.
Got to.
I want to try some of the, they have like the margarita ones,
Topo
right?
Chico. No, yeah,
yes.
all sorts of different flavors.
Yes. I got to try that.
You got your summer planned.
Yeah. you got that
Enjoy
right.
in moderation.
Is it Friday today?
Almost.
Let's just pretend like it's Friday
Friday
today.
Eve.
It is 4:15 at WTMJ. Up next, Charles Benson, an exclusive conversation with the commissioner of the NFL, Roger Goodell. Charles Benson joins us live straight ahead on WTMJ. It's 4:15.
Hey, live life to the fullest. For you, it might mean grabbing a seltzer, like my friend John Mercure. For
That's
others,
right.
it might mean just get rid of that pain, right? You've got it. How do you get rid of it? QC Kinetics gives people all around Milwaukee back their quality of life by providing much-needed relief for chronic joint pain, and not just providing that relief, but doing it in the most non-invasive way possible. It's regenerative treatment using your body's own natural biologics. So localize that pain for me, will you? Knees, hips, shoulders, back, could be all over. QC Kinetics concentrates the impactful treatments right at the source of your pain, directly applying healing properties where you need them the most. And that means no surgery or downtime, no steroids, no harmful drugs. Patients are digging the results. Live life to the fullest. What does it mean for you? Might just mean a walk around the block with the dog, or maybe just doing some fun stuff with the family in the yard. Maybe just working. Whatever it is, give a call to QC Kinetics if you're not feeling quite right. They have a complimentary consultation for you at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. I always thought Vince Lombardi came up with that famous sports nugget, but it turns out he borrowed it from a college coach. And now I'm going to borrow it too, because when there are 10 or 20 offers on a property, there's only one winner. In today's inventory-starved real estate market, you need a Lombardi-level mortgage coach, one who has all the best plays in the playbook. Going with your bank for your pre-approval is like playing in a professional playoff game with the JV coach at the helm. The Lombardi-level coaches at AccuNet are called senior loan consultants, and each one has been trained by me to help you and your real estate agent work as one team to deliver the one and only thing that matters, winning. So if you've been losing with your flimsy bank pre-approval, trade up today to a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval and a Lombardi-level game plan. And if you're just getting started, why not start with the best? Click on the blue button today and get started with your winning game plan at ACCUNET.com.
In Wisconsin, our festivals and events are in full swing all summer long. Here's to seeing legendary golfers at the U.S. Senior Open Championship in Stevens Point, to joining thousands of your closest music-loving friends at Summerfest in Milwaukee, and to wondering, where art thou, Romeo? At the Wisconsin Shakespeare Festival premiere this summer in Eau Claire. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Find more summer events at travelwisconsin.com.
Traffic and weather with Debbie Loziga. Hey there, Deb.
Well, we've got an accident now on I-43, the Rock Freeway northbound at Layton. And the right shoulder is blocked. So we've got some backups coming up from around Highway 100 into the Hale interchange. So do be prepared for that. The rest of the system, though, your usual delays heading right out of the Marquette into the stadium interchange on westbound 94. Of course, everybody's getting there for the game this afternoon. Southbound on 43, heavy from Keefe down towards the North Avenue curve, and then from Fond du Lac in through the Marquette. The flip side's going to be slow right from the Marquette all the way up past Keefe. And then on southbound 41, you're looking at backups from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. And while you're out navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you see something we should know about, call the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazica with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, clear skies, a low of 39 inland. Tomorrow, sunny and pleasant, a high of 70. Saturday, sunny and beautiful, a high of 76. Sunday's dry with a high of 80. Monday is sunny, a high of 80 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it's sunny and 54. TMJ4's chief political reporter Charles Benson is with us this afternoon. Good afternoon, Charles.
Correction, chief NFL reporter.
Oh, who'd you get to talk to today?
I got to talk to really an old friend of mine, Roger Goodell, who's the commissioner of the NFL. And I say an old friend because I actually knew him before he was the commissioner, and it just happened to be one of those circumstances. Yeah. Just growing up where I lived at one time, where his family used to go in the summers, we used to see each other. So we kind of knew each other a little bit. And then he ends up marrying, Jane Skinner, who, if people will remember, when I worked at Channel 6, she was a local reporter and anchor. So I got to know them even better at that time. And so it's just been this, sort of fun relationship. I don't get tickets from him. I don't ask for tickets from him, but I think it allowed me, at least in this situation, to talk to him about this big event for Green Bay by landing the 2025 NFL draft.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. And Green Bay's been lobbying for this for a long time. What did the commissioner have to say about why Green Bay was able to land this?
So, it really goes to the history and the legend of Titletown. They know it's just, I think he used the word, this is going to be iconic. It really is a perfect backdrop for the NFL to do what they do. By the way, this event, even when it isn't in Green Bay, does extremely well. I mean, Kansas City just held theirs, and it was 300,000 plus fans. Wow. That's over a 3-day period. In Nashville, they held this thing. They had 600,000. Now, keep in mind, Green Bay is about the size of 100,000 for the entire population for the city of Green Bay. So, this really is going to be a much larger event than actually the Super Bowl, because it's a 3-day event and so many people are going. But he knows that the backdrop, the community, all the history that comes with Green Bay, this is going to be a good moment.
Did you hold his feet to the fire on Thursday night flex scheduling? Coaches don't like it.
So I know a lot of people wanted me to ask that question, and I did tell them that I just wanted to talk to you about the NFL draft day in Green Bay.
So peek behind the curtain for us, Charles. When this happens, as a journalist who's interviewed a lot of high-ranking people, I know you don't like to give out questions ahead of time, but you just mentioned, you told them you talk about, will you not stray from that?
I mean, I know a lot of people have a lot of other questions about football, but this was really a unique chance, I think, to talk about this big event in NFL, for the NFL and for Green Bay. So, I stayed really focused on that. What does it mean? What's it going to look like? I think a big question going forward is this event held inside Lambeau or outside Lambeau? And he said there are still discussions going on around that. Not everybody gets to go to Green Bay for a game. But he knows and believes that a lot of people will want to come to this event because it's a free event. Now, there are ticketed events for, special access, but this is largely a free event. And so if people are like, I want to go to Green Bay, I've never been to Titletown, I've never been to Lambeau, it is in, April, the end of April. So it brings not only just Packer fans and football fans. We did something with our sister station down in Kansas City, and they went out to the draft day, and it took them less than 30 minutes to find someone from every NFL team that wanted to be there. That's how big of a draw this event is.
Since Mr. Goodell has overseen several of these draft events, did you get any impression of how he'd like to see the draft event itself maybe evolve and grow?
Well, so that's what was unique, because he says the cities really get to put their signature on this. You know, he says this is really a moment for Green Bay to sort of, show who they are, get, their message out, to talk about Green Bay, to talk about the Packers. Each city, he says, gets to put their signature, was the term he used on this. So it has evolved. It has changed over the years. I asked them because, this is one of those events. If you were to ask people, what do they know about Roger Goodell, the two iconic moments are, one, when he's handing the Lombardi Trophy over to the winning Super Bowl team, and the other one is calling out the names of the players who have just been drafted, and how that is that life-changing moment. But he says how all of this eventually plays out in each city really comes down to the team and the community leaders putting together a signature event that says, this is why we rocked it in Green Bay.
TMJ4's Charles Benson is with us this afternoon. I want to pivot a little bit and ask you, Charles, about the presidential race. A new Marquette Law School poll is out. It shows Donald Trump with a slight lead over Ron DeSantis. My question is, Nikki Haley at 5%, others at less than that. At this point in the race, with this so very far away, how difficult is it for someone like Nikki Haley to get traction and to climb? Can it still happen?
I think in politics, anything can happen. It's still very early. People like you and I who talk about politics, read up about politics, pay far more attention to what would be really the very early stages of the horse race. What will be interesting to watch is, what sort of develops with either of these candidates, either in something they said or something they shouldn't have said, right? And how does that equate into either moving them down or moving them up? I still think, and we don't know what the clear picture will be yet with this presidential debate in Milwaukee in August, how many will be on the stage. But that will be a moment that, at least for someone like Nikki Haley, someone who's in that single digit, to say, hey, you need to start taking a look at who I am, and not so much and how I might be able to do the job better than the next person. That will be a moment, I think, that starts creating potential movement, either frontwards or like they didn't get anything out of this and they end up pulling out or dropping out of the race.
TMJ4 Chief NFL reporter Charles Benson.
There you go.
Charles, thanks. Have a great weekend.
All right, thanks. You too.
It is 4:26 at WTMJ. Time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update on your Thursday. How are things looking? Well, the S&P 500, it climbed a little bit, 36 points to close at 41.51. The NASDAQ, pretty big jump, 214 points to close at 12,698, while the Dow was down 35 points to close at 32,764. It's time to calibrate your plan, get on track with investment and retirement planning. Visit AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button today. It is Annex Wealth Management. Dave Drakamp Heating is a company I trust in my house when it comes to my heating and air conditioning needs. They're out there doing a tune-up any day now to make sure that my AC is ready to go. If you have any doubt about how your system's going to handle the summer heat, make sure you get them out there right now before it gets super, super hot out, because with the warmth that we're going to experience this weekend, you'll get a little taste and a reminder that summer is on the way. Let me give you a reminder. Have my guys at Dave Drakamp Heating come out and make sure everything is tuned up, ready to go. So when you want to retreat inside of that coolness, you indeed can do just that. Now's the time to call Dave Drakamp Heating to schedule your preseason tune-up. Make sure that you're ready. Dave Drakamp Heating, Lake Country's preferred Lennox premier dealer, is here and ready to help. Whether it's overdue maintenance, a repair you didn't get to last year, or the need for a total system overhaul, it's Dave Drakamp Heating. And with healthy inventories, Lennox rebates, utility incentives, and possible tax credits, it's the time to check home comfort items off your spring to-do list. Call Dave Drakamp Heating today. You'll see why I always trust them with my family's comfort. DaveDrakamp.com.
So if you're already in a relationship with an auto service center, that's great. We hope things keep firing on all cylinders.
But if you're not in a relationship, why not book your next date with us at Richlands the next time you're due for service?
All of our locations are AAA approved and staffed by ASC certified technicians with PhDs in
We can fix anything! Put that on top of the friendliest, hardest working staff you'll ever meet inside a tire and service center,
and you've got yourself a rock-solid date.
the next time you're due for factory scheduled maintenance
Or tires, brakes, and suspension service.
Book your date at richlands.com.
Or just Google us. But remember, Richlands is spelled with 2 N's.
And oh yeah, be safe, buckle up, and hey,
Always make sure you have good tread on your tires. I'm Courtney Matchkey with Richlands, and you're due for a date.
clever.
Richlands Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richlands.
Before you go looking for an area rug that you'll have to settle for because you think that the one you really want will be out of your budget, come to Design Exchange, where you'll find a formidable selection of Oriental, Persian, and other wool area rug choices at 25 to 70% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
If you're trying to find really good, high-end, distinctive furniture, the kind they just don't make anymore, then come to Design Exchange. But you better get here quickly, because the best furniture we take in on consignment doesn't usually last long. It may be vintage, it may have once been out of your range, but now you'll find it's priced right. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value.
Design Exchange.
Traffic is sponsored by Weniger Compressor, ready to service any facility at pressureisoff.biz.
Weniger Compressor services all makes and models and carries high-performance compressors with a lifetime warranty. Contact Weniger at pressureisoff.biz.
Weniger Compressor.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 4:30. I'm John Mercure. Your top story, the head man in charge is in town.
I'm Sandy Mex, officially sold to Microsoft.
I'm Greg Matzik. The Brewers go for 3 in a row.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and things are getting worse near the Hale Interchange. Northbound on the Rock Freeway, we have an accident just before the Hale Interchange, just about at Layton Avenue, and that's got the right lane blocked. Things are backing up all the way back past Highway 100, so keep that in mind. Westbound on 894, also seeing some delays solid out of the Mitchell Interchange all the way to 68th Street, and then on westbound 94 backing up from 20th Street through the Stadium Interchange with folks heading to the game. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, clear skies, a low of 39 inland. Tomorrow, sunny and pleasant, a high of 70 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, will they or will they go? Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred visiting the Brewers this afternoon. Speaking with the press, the commission stressed the importance of finding ways to fund maintenance efforts at American Family Field.
I think the Brewers are interested in a long-term relationship, an extension of lease that keeps them here. And so it's not just an expense item, it's an investment in keeping Milwaukee a major league city.
The Wisconsin State Legislature is currently at odds over how to fund repairs at AmFam. The Brewers say the stadium needs roughly $450 million for ongoing maintenance.
A longtime Milwaukee factory says it's shutting down.
The Master Lock facility at 32nd and Center will be completely shut down by next March, the company announcing today. UAW Local 469 President Mike Bink tells WTMJ there are some silver linings.
The company is committed to treating people well on the way out, that they are going to provide out packages for everyone.
Bink says it's far from the worst case scenario for this type of manufacturing closure.
The company did give us a lot of warning rather than just doing a 60-day plant closing notice, which is the minimum.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
The company saying in a statement they're moving their manufacturing to other locations in North America and around the world.
A man who was reported missing earlier this week has been found dead in a retention pond in Elkhorn. Dexter Johnson was reported missing on Monday, and today about 11 a.m., police were called for a report of a body in a retention pond. Johnson was pronounced dead at the scene. Foul play is not suspected.
France banning some short-haul domestic flights. That move made to encourage more travelers to take rail service and cut carbon emissions. Could the same move be on the horizon here in the U.S.? Travel industry analyst Henry Hartevelt tells ABC News America will address the issue through green technology.
What the airlines are doing is investing in sustainable aviation fuel. They are looking at aircraft with more fuel-efficient airplanes. They are exploring electric-powered aircraft. They're even the beginnings of hydrogen-powered aircraft.
Hartevelt says the U.S. also doesn't have the same level of rail infrastructure to support this change.
The village of Mount Pleasant in Racine County has closed on its land sale to Microsoft for their planned $1 billion data center there. Microsoft is buying a 315-acre parcel of land in the village of Mount Pleasant for the new data center. The site readiness work could start later this year, pending approvals.
The pallet company in Slinger, where a massive fire took place last weekend, says it expects to be fully operational by the end of this week. The fire at Oak Creek Wood Products prompted authorities to shut down I-41 Sunday night, and smoke has been billowing from the site for days. The company tells the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel that the total damage from the fire was significant, but that the vast majority of its projects were not affected. The fire started in a pile of mulch.
Welcome to the team. Here's the ball. Greg explains next in sports.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 4:34.
This report sponsored by Pella of Wisconsin. Discover Pella now, pay later at PellaWI.com.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley are thrilled with their brand new Pella patio door.
It's like having a brand new kitchen. It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live, which is an active one.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside.
For the first time, our whole house actually feels like the same climate.
No drafts. Don't have to have any of those extendo cornhole bags anymore. It's a game changer.
I'm Gina Della from Pella, and if you order today, get 0% interest for up to 48 months. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we strive to always give the best possible quality of service. Our experts provide an in-home consultation where they'll listen to your needs and help choose the perfect products for your home, which can be customized to fit any decor. The installation is completed in as little as a day with no mess and no hassle, leaving nothing but perfect results. Order today and get 0% interest for up to 48 months at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Offer ends 5/31/2023.
Wealth-changing question. Is your investment portfolio really customized? Some advisors say they customize them, but all they really do is ask you a few questions, then put all your money in a model portfolio. Here at Creative Planning, each of our private wealth management clients' portfolios is unique. Your investment mix will be based on your custom financial plan. If that's not how your money's managed, you're not getting the customization you deserve. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
May is here, and as a Wisconsinite, you know that marks the start of sun, warmth, and joy. So when the rubber meets the road, you better be ready for the changing weather and adventures that may lie ahead. This is Jim Griffin. We have you covered with the marvelous service specials. We'll change your oil, inspect and rotate your tires, check the battery and air filter, give it a complete multi-point inspection, check your AC or your heat, and even change your wiper blades, all for $129.95. Good at all 5 Griffin dealerships.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk. Here's Greg Matzik.
It's the Brewers and Giants tonight, game 1 of a 4-game series at American Family Field. Brewers have back-to-back wins and back-to-back shutouts, taking 2 out of 3 against the Astros. At home, the homestand continues tonight with Julio Teheran on the mound. He was just signed by the Brewers, who have 3 members of their starting staff on the injured list. Here's the ball. Welcome to the team. Coverage of tonight's game gets underway at 6:05. Meanwhile, the Packers wrap up Block 1 of organized team activities. Rookies and veterans mixing for the first time. Kenny Clark playing alongside rookie first-round draft pick Lucas Van Ness.
Game, I think, him playing inside in college, really helped him out with that. He's a really good athlete, and he can get around the edge and do all that kind of stuff, get on edges. But his power game is going to be good for him. I believe that his speed to power and all that kind of stuff. Once he starts unlocking those tools and starts understanding it, he's going to be a problem.
Block 2 of OTAs begins May 30th of next week. The Patriots' organized team activities will be cut short because they're allowing their players to spend too much time on the field. The NFL investigated and took away 2 of the sessions in New England. And in the NBA, it's the Heat and Celtics tonight. The Heat win. They go on to the NBA Finals to face the Denver Nuggets. Meanwhile, the Celtics, if they pull off the victory, they'll be the first team in NBA history to win a best-of-7 series after trailing 3-0.
All right, interesting time of year. It is 4:38 at WTMJ. Steve Scafidi, salute to service. Up next.
This report sponsored by Mr. Holland's Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit MrHollandsHeatingandAir.com.
The next time you run a faucet, think Isaiah Rogers. And while you savor that hot morning shower, give a shout out to Edwin Rood. And the trusty toilet? Well, that was conceived by the great Thomas Crapper. Yes, that's his real name. Here at Mr. Holland's Home Services, we celebrate the plumbing legends of the past and perpetually plan for the future. Our proficient plumbing prodigies stay ahead of the pack with the latest innovative innovations. From drippy faucets and clogged drains to faulty sump pumps and money and space-saving tankless water heaters, Mr. Holland's crew brings Hall of Fame service to you. Join us in a 21 flush salute to the plumbing pioneers of the past, including Sir Hugh Dalrymple, who invented hollow pipe drainage, and whose name is also fun to say, but not as much fun as Thomas Crapper. 866-992-1717, or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. If you're ready for history-making service, we can help.
Wisconsin's Afternoon News on WTMJ.
In a potentially dangerous situation involving an individual with a gun in a neighborhood adjacent to the school, Officer Brandon Ernst immediately notified his school administration and placed the school in a hold, allowing students to continue learning while the building was secured. Here's his story and Steve Scaffidi's salute to service.
I'm the principal at Waukesha North High School. I am nominating Officer Brandon Ernst for the Salute to Service Award because Brandon is an integral part of the work we do at Waukesha North High School. During a recent safety concern, Brandon was front and center with all of our protocols. Kids came to him with a safety concern because they trust him and they know him, and we as an administrative team trust his judgment. He keeps us safe, but he also makes our school environment incredibly positive and welcoming.
Start with breaking news at 4. Waukesha police arrested a 17-year-old with a rifle near Waukesha North High School.
Police say alert students called it in, pointing them to a teen in a backyard near Michigan and Green Meadow.
This is Officer Brandon Ernst. I work for the City of Waukesha Police Department, currently employed as a patrol officer, but my current assignment is School Resource Officer at Waukesha North High School. Been with the City of Waukesha for 11 years, and this is my second year as the School Resource Officer. You know, throughout my entire life, that identity of being a public servant or a first responder was certainly something that I always looked up to and kind of aspired to. And then just wanting to be there and help people, that's always been something that I looked forward to and wanted to try to accomplish myself. My wife is very proud of the job that I do, and my daughter's starting to kind of pick up being 3 years old. She's starting to tell me, be safe every day when we give her the hugs and kisses goodbye. So that's new that she's kind of getting to that age where, it's, bye, Daddy, be safe today. Happened during our second lunch. There's 2 different lunches within our school depending on what grades get released at certain times, and I was alerted to our front atrium by some students who flagged down a staff member. Then at that point there were a group of students that were kind of rushing back into the school from the school parking lot. They were very alarmed and concerned. They had informed me that they had just seen somebody wearing like a mask and had what looked like a rifle just adjacent to the school.
And police are crediting students with safeguarding the community this afternoon, saying it was the students that first saw the rifle, reported it to the school resource officer, who then called police.
As soon as that was discovered, I immediately went to my police car, went flying to the last known direction that it was described, ended up meeting with the patrol officers, and we kind of took opposite sides, setting up a perimeter on the location, and then the rest of the patrol kind of did their thing they're trained to do, and enveloped the entire area, ended up surrounding that residence, and thank God they ended up finding that individual. He was hiding in a local residence area with the rifle, but thankfully no one was hurt.
I could go on and on. Brandon is amazing. He's a model school resource officer. Yes, he's got the safety part the police send down, but he's just amazing.
What does being a first responder, what does Salute to Service mean to you?
Salute to Service, specifically related to first responders, to me means really putting out that positive message that, contrary to sometimes what is often shown on whether it's television or the internet or social media, it really puts the positive perspective. And I think what a lot of people truly get to see, but maybe just isn't in the headlines or promoted as often as maybe it should be, is that, we're just regular people just like everybody else, and we truly want to make a positive impact in the community. Again, whether you're a firefighter, a police officer, a nurse, teacher, whatever it might be, we all have that same goal, and that's to be positive, contributing members to the community, and just try to make everyone's lives a little bit better.
Steve Scafidi Salute to Service, presented by Educators Credit Union and the Packing House Restaurant. It is 4:43 at WTMJ. Hey, I'm John Mercier.
And I'm Sandy Maggs.
Great news for fans of Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
You can now hear every episode of the show across the podcast universe.
That's right. You'll never have to miss a single interview, story, or fun conversation.
It's $500 million in tax money in Illinois. They do not care about that. Robin Voss has said this will not be an economic argument. I don't care if we literally get $1 trillion.
Find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Presented by Geis Garage Doors. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Hey, John Mercure here from my good friends at Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They feel it. They live it. I've been at their places. They're absolutely incredible. They're going to take really good care of your family. I know. My grandma was in assisted living not that long ago. My favorite aunt is in memory care right now. It's so important that you're in a place that you know is going to look out for your loved one. And Azura specializes in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms. They provide additional daily living assistance for those with cognitive decline. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 locations in the Milwaukee area. They're Wisconsin-based. They're family-owned. They have real heart. I got to tell you, when I'm in their places, I just feel it. They're going to take great care of your family. They're going to look out for you, too. AzuraLiving.com. Check it out today. AzuraLiving.com.
All Brewers games are on sale now, including a Memorial Day weekend showdown with the Giants. Thursday, May 25th through Sunday, the 28th. Start the long weekend right at Aloha Friday on the 26th and get a Brewers Hawaiian shirt with a special ticket package. Then take home a Christian Yelich patriotic jersey giveaway on Saturday, the 27th, presented by Chevrolet. Get your seats at Brewers.com.
Make 2023 your year with a new career at John Deere Horicon Works. Their new starting wage is over $23 to $25 per hour, plus an annual John Deere profit-sharing bonus and wage increase. And nothing beats the new benefits, including health insurance for your entire family with no premiums. Get a fresh start with the pay and benefits you deserve at John Deere Horicon Works. Apply now at deere.com/Horicon.
Welcome back to Ask Hasslis.
What's your favorite number?
48, because you can get 48 months interest-free financing on select Tempur-Pedic at Hasslis Mattress.
The number 48 is associated with abundance and stability.
Like the abundant stability and comfort of Tempur-Pedic.
Prosperity and wealth.
Like a $300 MasterCard Rewards gift card with your Tempur-Pedic purchase.
I think 48 may be my favorite number too.
Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hasslis.com.
Visit GetRoto.net for all your sewer and drain cleanup needs.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Traffic sponsored by Roto-Rooter, the sewer and drain experts you've trusted for over 85 years. Good afternoon, Deb.
Good afternoon, John. Yeah, we got some problems out there on the Rock Freeway northbound. Just before you get to the Hale interchange, we have an accident there that's blocking the right lane. So it's making for a bit of a slow ride heading back past Highway 100. It's also kind of slowing things down a little bit on 894 southbound, slowing down from Greenfield all the way through the Hale and onto 894 eastbound. We've also got a crash on 4394 northbound, just north of Holt Avenue. It's off on the left shoulder, but we're definitely seeing delays pretty much in both directions as folks try and slow down, take a look at this. There may be some debris in the roadway as well. This is just north of Oklahoma Avenue. And of course, you got your usual delays east and westbound on 94 heading through the Stadium interchange. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, clear skies, a low of 39 inland, a little warmer along the lake. Tomorrow, sunny and pleasant, a high of 70. Saturday, sunny, beautiful, a high of 76. Sunday, partly cloudy, 80. On Monday, mostly sunny, a high of 80 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, sunny skies and 55. It's Missing Persons Day. One of the biggest advocates, one of the biggest helpers of families in Milwaukee is our friend Tori Lowe. You can hear him on 101.7 The Truth. 1 to 4, that's when he's on over there. Check him out. Tori, thanks for sticking around and being with us in the studio.
Hey, I love when I come through 620. I am excited to be here.
We're excited you're here, especially today, because I really wanted to tap into this with you and have you give us some perspective. It's Missing Persons Day. And you work so hard to help families that have someone who's missing or someone who's had something rough happen to them. What's it like when you connect with a family and you're trying to nurture them and help them get through what's a really tough situation?
Well, the first thing, when you're dealing with any tragedy, anything like missing or violence or whatever, you got to listen. Take time to listen. A lot of people want to get in there and talk, but what I do is I let them talk, and I ask questions, and I try to figure out how much knowledge do they have of the situation, or do they know if anybody else have any knowledge of the situation, because I got to comb through the situation before I make a decision. So many times I'm there for hours just asking questions and listening so we can make a move, the right move, to try to figure out what took place.
How did you get interested in, I mean, you have a national reputation. You are the real deal when it comes to helping in these situations. How did you get interested? How did this start?
You don't choose it. It kind of chooses you. And I remember years ago, I'm talking about 2010, a mother thought that she wasn't getting enough support to find her 13-year-old daughter. And she just hit me up on Facebook and was like, hey, Tori, I see what you're doing for these other people in different scenarios. Help me. And I just thought it was like, what? But we ended up finding the young girl.
Wow.
And she had been sexually abused, and they were about to ship her off to another state, the traffickers. So that's when I realized this is serious. And from there, I stayed with it. And, and it's random.
Yeah.
Nobody can schedule, these type of tragedies. So these situations are random. And so I'm prepared. I had to shift my life to be prepared for the randomness, because none of this is on a schedule.
Well, the terrible thing is it's random coming to you from various families in our area, but sex trafficking in particular is organized and is a real issue.
Yes, it is.
So to know that you can make an impact in people's lives, individual families, but hopefully the work that you're doing can also have a larger ripple to hopefully prevent things like sex trafficking from happening in our community.
Well, you definitely run into sex trafficking when it comes to the runaway ideal of missing, because many of the girls are, a lot of the runaway ideas are tied to human trafficking. So I remember when I first, because people was like, oh, she run away, she don't want to be home. And when I started digging into some of the ideas of missing, there's a couple different missing ideas, but the runaway idea I found led me more to human trafficking. And sometimes these girls are groomed, social media. And so when you start digging into it and looking in their social media, the inbox, these people they know who to pick to. They know who to target.
Because they're getting in the direct messages and asking those questions.
Right.
Or they know who's vulnerable.
And many times on social media, people wear their emotions on their sleeve, and they'll say something that'll lead a predator to make you out as a victim of what they're trying to do.
When it comes to missing children and sex trafficking victims, Milwaukee's always, unfortunately, on the list of places where it's most prevalent. Why is that?
Well, I think it's a lack of, hearing the youth, because the youth right now feel like they're unheard. And right now, there's an issue, in public schools, in homes, broken families, over on the north side or in many black communities, 70% single-parent households. That leaves the door open for a lot of predators to come in because they don't have that solid foundation many times to spring from. And many predators observe people that may have holes in their foundation as far as like friends, family, and now social media. With the tool of social media, they don't even have to look too hard. All they got to do is scan the masses on these social media sites.
Tori Lowe is with us on WTMJ.
You have taken this to heart to get very involved. Like you said, it shows you.
Right.
And how in the world can you say to a mother who writes to you or that you meet and says, I am so anguished, can you help me find my 13-year-old or my child? Like, I can't imagine that would be easy to...
You can't say no. I never have.
And I don't know how you possibly could.
You can't. I mean...
It's heavy,
I have daughters. I have daughters. I have family members that have been abused, sexually abused. I never knew that this would be the outcome of my life, but I can empathize. I can sympathize and understand the urgency of getting out there right away because time is of the essence. They can have this person across the country in a couple of days. So the sooner you can bring awareness, the sooner you can stir the pot. And thank God for social media as well, because many times I had a huge following on social media. Right now, I think I got 80,000 followers on Facebook for helping the community. And I would post these people, and people would just say, hey, I just saw this girl, or this person is over here. So social media became a great tool for me to actually really locate a lot of missing people.
It's so interesting because it's a double-edged sword. You mentioned social media makes it easier for traffickers and people who want to hurt our children to do that, but it's also a great tool to communicate. I want to ask you about one other thing. So someone I told you were coming on the show, and they said, Tori has a way in people's darkest moments of making them smile.
Right.
And that's so important when people are looking for hope. Can you talk about that?
Well, the thing is, it's the situation is already bad, and many times when people are stressed out, they're not functioning well. So what I found after many, many years of dealing with tragic situations is to try to bring a extremely positive look and know when to pick your spots to make them smile. And I know when to pick my spots, and they'll just start laughing, and at that moment they can eat, or they can laugh and watch their favorite show that night. And I spend hours with these people. People don't understand the log time. That's why most people, they don't have the time to deal with a lot of these situations. But 5 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours a day, before I started working on radio, I would spend that much time in these situations. And it would go from me getting a call about a missing person to me spending 3 to 4 days over there on that side. With that family to get it done, to try to figure out what happened, because I know time is of the essence.
Tori Lowe, check out the Tori Lowe Show.
Hey.
On 101.7 The Truth, 1 to 4, right?
1 to 4, Tori Lowe Show, 1 to 4, every day on 101.7.
Thank you for the work that you do for the community. We appreciate it and don't take it for granted.
And I appreciate you guys because, like I said, reporting and giving out information and bringing awareness many times is the only hope that these families have.
Yeah. Have a great weekend.
God bless you.
It is 4:56 at WTMJ.
St. Vincent de Paul Milwaukee seeks a hands-on facility manager to maintain our thrift store and meal program buildings, grounds, and equipment. In this full-time position with benefits, you'll oversee all facility contracted services and perform light maintenance and repairs to buildings and equipment. Technical training in basic electricity, plumbing, carpentry, and/or mechanical is required, and a degree is a plus. Go to svdpmilw.org to learn more and apply. Good luck.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Explore outdoor living this Saturday from Eric Brown, the president of Outdoor Living Unlimited. He knows his stuff. They expand your living space with decks, patios, fire pits, even outdoor kitchens, and can show you a virtual reality of it all for starters. Outdoor Living Unlimited did a great job at the Matzik household. We love it. So listen and call Eric this Saturday on WTMJ's Fix It Show and check out OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Business headlines. It's Margaret Notchek at the Milwaukee Business Journal.
The Northwestern Mutual Foundation, the nonprofit arm of Milwaukee-based Northwestern Mutual, gave almost $3 million in grants to local Milwaukee attractions such as the Milwaukee Public Museum and Marcus Performing Arts Center. Summerfest will have 2 new bars this year. Keg and Cask will be located on the south end of the park, and the Starry Bar will be located on the waterfront. The city of Milwaukee's population was down 0.4% year over year in 2022 to 563,305 people. Milwaukee County and the Milwaukee metropolitan area's populations also declined. I'm Margaret Notchek with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Sponsored by the Pfister Hotel. Make your reservations today. Visit thepfisterhotel.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
For 130 years, the Pfister Hotel in downtown Milwaukee has set the standard for excellence in hospitality. Its reputation for offering impeccable service and luxurious accommodations is simply unmatched. For your next getaway, pamper yourself with a stay at the Pfister Hotel. Enjoy an evening of fine dining at its classic restaurant, Mason Street Grill. Unwind with a skin, body, or hair treatment at the Pfister Well Spa and Salon. Take in live music with a view from the 23rd floor at Blue Cocktail Lounge. Make your reservations today. Visit thepfisterhotel.com.
Do you know the 2 most beautiful words in the English language?
I sure do. Asphalt and concrete.
There's nothing quite like the sweet smell of freshly paved asphalt.
I'm Jeff Johnson.
And I'm Jason Johnson with Johnson & Sons Paving.
From parking lots to driveways, we do it all.
If you have a project in need of asphalt, concrete, seal coating, or striping, we've got you covered.
Business owners to homeowners, we can help you.
Customer focused, quality driven, and budget conscious. Call us today.
262-251-5585.
Johnson & Sons Paving.com.
There are few things in life that people get as emotional over than their finances, and that can be very dangerous when it comes to your investments. This is Jill Schlesinger, business analyst. Did you know investors lose money every year because they trade on emotions, headlines, and hearsay instead of data? But there's a solution. StockCharts.com. StockCharts.com has been the leading online charting tool that experts and disciplined traders have used for over 20 years. By utilizing the most advanced online charts, they're able to view and understand market history and investor sentiment by using technical analysis to manage their risk and find opportunities. You can do the same. Go to StockCharts.com for a free 30-day trial, pick the stocks and indexes you want to track, review historical data, spot the trends, then make informed decisions and invest with confidence. You'll also have access to a knowledge bank from leading global analysts on how to interpret an ever-changing market. Better insights for smarter investing. Go to StockCharts.com and start your free 30-day trial today.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Traffic is sponsored by Trees on the Move. From planning to planting, it's Trees on the Move. We all look forward to outdoor living in Wisconsin. From planning to planting and everything in between, now is the perfect time to let Trees on the Move beautify your landscape.
V5-0 We smell San Franciscans.
Swing and a drive. Deep left field. Alvarez staring 2 more for the crew. Owen Miller with a 2-run home run.
The Giants are in Brew City starting tonight at 6:05 on News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
I'm John Mercure. Your top story. The commissioner weighs in on AmFam Field.
I'm Sandy Max, a century-old manufacturer leaving Milwaukee.
I'm Greg Matzik. The Brewers go for 3 in a row.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and it's a kind of a brutal ride right now on 894 southbound, just basically solid from Greenfield all the way down and around the Hale interchange. Does not really let up until you get closer to Loomis. On the westbound side, slow right out of the Mitchell interchange out towards 68th Street. Now, we do have an accident northbound on the Rock Freeway that is just about all cleared out of the way. Still have some delays from Highway 100 into the Hale. And another accident northbound 4394 just north of Holt Avenue that's got some debris in the right lane, so really big delays back into the Plainfield curve northbound to that point. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, clear skies, a low of 45. Tomorrow, sunny, a high of 70. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the man in charge of Major League Baseball says the league has no interest in moving the Brewers out of Milwaukee, but didn't squash the idea unequivocally. During a meeting with press this afternoon at American Family Field, Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred praised the team and also put pressure on legislators to find a way to fund stadium repairs.
Brewers are a great example of how a small market team can compete when you have a great facility like this, when it's well maintained, when ownership makes a commitment not only to put a competitive team on the field, but to do its share to maintain the facility, and the fans continue to turn out. A team like the Brewers, is demonstrated by their record, can compete.
The host of the morning show, Vince Vitrano, spoke with Commissioner Manfred today, and he will join us live. Vinny will, coming up in about 10 minutes here on WTMJ.
The Milwaukee Brewers pitchers have been spending a lot of time on the injured list. Eric Lauer, Wade Miley, Brandon Woodruff, just to name a few. Brewers general manager Matt Arnold tells Wisconsin's Morning News the new pitch clocks could play a factor in injuries.
When there's only 15, 20 seconds to throw the baseball, you just got to get the ball and go. And then oftentimes when they have a 6-pitch inning in between and they have to go right back out, that's a lot. You know, these guys have to really be explosive out there. And so certainly I think they put themselves at the potential for more injury.
Brewers host the Giants at American Family Field tonight. Pregame show at 6:05 here on WTMJ.
The century-old factory on Milwaukee's northwest side is closing its doors.
Master Lock announcing they're closing their facility at 32nd and Center. UAW Local 469 President Mike Bink tells WTMJ how the union reacted to the news.
We're very upset that this decision's been made. What the company has told us so far is that everyone will remain employed through October.
Bink says that's over 300 jobs that will be lost. The union now turning to what's next for those workers.
We have to work with our members, various employment agencies, do whatever we can to make sure they land on their feet.
Wyatt Barmore Pooley, WTMJ News.
The pallet company in Slinger, where a massive fire took place last weekend, says it expects to be fully operational within the next few days. The fire at the Oak Creek Wood Products prompted authorities to shut down I-41 Sunday night. Smoke has been billowing from the site for days. The company tells the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel that the total damage from the fire was significant, but the vast majority of its products were not affected. The fire started in a pile of mulch.
The newest member of the Brewers takes the mound tonight. Greg has the latest on the Brewers up next in sports.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 5:04.
In my job, I never held back. I played hurt, and I pushed through the pain. Sound familiar?
Football legend Emmitt Smith had a reputation for just grinding through the injuries and pain over and over. That may be you. And QC Kinetics sees patients every day who are exhausted from dealing with the persistent pain.
A lot of you work physically demanding jobs. You stand, you climb, you bend down, you reach up, and if you have joint pain, it takes all you got to earn a living. But it's time you know about QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, the leaders in regenerative treatments, help relieve that debilitating joint pain without surgeries or downtime. These are natural solutions that use your body's own healing properties to give you lasting relief from the soreness and achiness.
You got a job to do. I get it. But now you don't have to suffer through the pain. Check out my friends over at QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Inflation isn't going away anytime soon. As the cost of everything from food to vacations to your electric bill rises, you may wonder if your retirement plans are still on track. Annex Wealth Management can help. It starts at annexwealth.com. Click the Get Started button. From there, our in-house planning team will create your wealth metric, a snapshot of where you are and where you're headed. Wealth Metric will help you understand the impact inflation may have on your plans. Get started today. Visit annexwealth.com.
Smooth waters and clear horizons are ahead. The experienced team of advisors at Fox World Travel are ready to uncover your cruising style. Are you sailing off into a Caribbean sunset, taking in the European charm along riverways? Maybe an exotic expedition or Alaskan cruise are on your bucket list. We'll help you cruise like never before with Princess Cruise Lines, Avalon Waterways, Celebrity Cruises, and more. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call a Fox Cruise expert at 866-GO-FOX-GO.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk. Here's Greg Matzik.
Brewers and Giants tonight from American Family Field. Julio Teheran will start for the Brewers. He just signed by the Brewers yesterday.
Who?
He's been around for a minute. I mean, he's a 32-year-old pitcher. He's got a career roughly 500 record, but he last pitched in the major leagues in 2021. He was pitching in Mexico and some other team. It's been kind of a long, winding road. Welcome to Milwaukee. Yeah, there's the bathroom. Here's the ball. Go pitch us a game, will you please? Try and get us another shutout if you can. Giants are in town for game one of a 4-game series. Our coverage gets underway in about an hour here on WTMJ. And in the NBA, it's the Heat and Celtics tonight. Celtics need a win to keep their season alive. Heat advance to the NBA Finals with a victory in Game 5.
It's time for Extra Points, a sports commentary on Wisconsin's afternoon news. Here's Greg Matzek.
Remember Esteury Ruiz? The young, speedy outfielder was considered the prize return piece for the Brewers in the Josh Hader trade. Loaded with high-quality outfield prospects, the Brewers dealt Ruiz to Oakland as part of a 3-team offseason deal that yielded Milwaukee All-Star catcher William Contreras. It was the most significant trade of the Brewers' off-season. Contreras, 24-year-old All-Star, is under team control for several seasons. A major position of need is locked up for the crew. Well, the other guy acquired by the Brewers as part of that trade is reliever Yoel Payamps. Scouts viewed Payamps as an MLB-ready arm capable of backfilling a role served by former Brewers reliever Brad Boxberger. While Contreras continues to find his way at the plate, Payamps is having his best season ever, throwing gas in high-leverage innings and striking out 7 batters for every walk. He's undefeated with an ERA barely above 2. To acquire talent must be given up. While I firmly believe the trading of Hader cost the Brewers a spot in the 2022 playoffs, the legs of that deal continued to shape the roster of a first-place team.
Extra Points is sponsored by All Right Home and Remodeling. When you want it done right, call All Right.
Did you know that the Inflation Reduction Act can save you thousands on energy-efficient updates like new insulation, siding, windows, and more? And these dollars are in addition to Focus on Energy rebates. I'm Randy Miller, owner of All Right Home and Remodeling and S&E Insulation. As Department of Energy Century Club award winners, my team has the proven skills and experience to help you take advantage of these unprecedented incentives. Get started at ALLRITE-remodeling.com.
It's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for Educators Credit Union. On behalf of all of Educators Credit Union, they would like to express their sincere gratitude to all our public safety professionals. Despite the obstacles you face every day, you continue to make the selfless decision to show up and serve local communities. The care, courage, and commitment it takes does not go unnoticed. Thank you for taking the time away from your family to protect, support, and care for ours. Thank you for all that you do.
The new Raid Essentials Light Trap uses light to attract, then trap flying insects like fruit flies and mosquitoes. For insecticide protection that's people and pet friendly, get new Raid Essential Light Trap.
When you're due for tire service, visit richlands.com for the location nearest you.
We'll give you a free flat tire repair on every tire we install. No questions asked. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands. You're due for service.
Richlands. A big anniversary diamond is one twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Need some activities to do this weekend? We've got you covered. This is What's on Tap on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
What's on tap for some fun this weekend? It's a long weekend for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's nice.
There are a lot of Memorial Day remembrances, and there'll be parades. There are also other things going on. For example, some theater, a world premiere. One of the songs from the world premiere of the musical Super You at Milwaukee's Skylight Music Theater before it goes to London's West End.
That's cool.
Yeah, be the first to see this new uplifting show about a comic book artist who rediscovers her personal power through the superheroines that she draws who come to life. And for opening weekend, you can get a 50% discount on tickets by using the code RADIO.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Friday, May 26th through June 18th at Skylight Music Theater in Milwaukee's 3rd Ward. Super You. Dan,
I'm going tomorrow.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm super, super excited.
You'll have to give us your review.
Yeah.
And also, it's festival season now, isn't it? Dan Jansen Family Fest 28th Annual is coming back to Greenfield's Conkle Park. Festival food, carnival rides, lots of live music. Cherry Pie, Bella Kane, and 2023 Whammy Award-winning band Smart Mouth will be performing on opening night. There's a car show on Sunday, and one of the best things I love about the Dan Jansen Family Fest is it's a fundraiser for the City of Greenfield Parks Department. And their next project is going to be towards the Veterans Memorial there.
That's awesome.
So
That's very, very cool.
Yeah, you go, you have fun, and you're being part of the community. That is Friday through Sunday at Greenfield's Conkle Park right there at 51st and Layton. And Menominee Falls, it's Falls Memorial Fest.
Yeah.
Woot! I know some people in that community.
Let's go.
This Menominee Falls Street Festival features live music, food and beverages, and a car show, plus a 5K run and walk for Operation Finally Home, and a Lucky Ducky Derby.
That's fun.
You can also browse an art show by the Art Guild of Menominee Falls. That is Saturday, downtown Menominee Falls at Village Park and also at Mill Pond Park. And 'tis the season, beautiful weather for it.
Let's go fly a kite.
There we go. Flying and flags at Milwaukee's Veterans Park. Kites are going to be flying over Veterans Park Saturday and Sunday. On the lakefront, it's the Gift of Wings Family Kite Festival. The fabulous Windjammers Precision Kite Flying Team, they are going to be performing 3 times each day. This is when you see that like big squid in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Those long
Good stuff,
streamers.
sure.
Yeah.
Scott Fisher's been doing that for years with the Gift of Wings. And finally, they're going to get a great weekend for it. But he used to be the blimp guy at the old Bradley Center. Right?
Oh, sure. Dropping the coupons.
Yes, doing all that. Like where Bango was, in a very compromising situation atop the blimp. That was very strange. But nonetheless, he let me fly that thing once. I floated right into a luxury box.
Oh, my gosh.
I felt terrible. But Scott's a great guy.
At least you didn't hit the scoreboard.
Right.
And I think Scott's going to be a guest on Wisconsin's Morning News tomorrow morning, too. So you can find out more. And also happening at Veterans Park on Memorial Day Monday, 6 p.m., a ceremony is going to be held among 15,015 flags.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, placed at Veterans Park by War Memorial Center volunteers, each representing a Wisconsin man or woman killed in action. So veterans.
It's a remarkable sight. They do this every year. It's really, really powerful, and it's going to be a beautiful day on the lake. So get down there, check it out.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, Monday at Veterans Park on Milwaukee's lakefront. If you want more information on any of these fine events, you'll find the What's on Tap listing at WTMJ.com.
Good stuff. I like it. It is 5:14 at WTMJ. Vince Vitrano, the host of Wisconsin's Morning News, is coming up next on WTMJ.
Hey, it's Greg Matzek for Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac, where the Memorial Day sales event is on. I was just at the Mazda store a couple of days ago. As a matter of fact, it's gorgeous. New vehicles all over the place. Why not steer into summer and drive inspired? In a new Mazda from Holiday, selection is growing. They'll give you more for your trade, and you can enjoy more choices from their fast-expanding selection. They got the CX-5, the CX-50, and the all-new, this is the first-ever model, CX-90. I sat in one the other day. It's a true third-row SUV. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Choose one that's in stock today or reserve one that is coming. Holiday is #1 Mazda dealer in the state, also the #1 Mazda certified pre-owned dealer, and Wisconsin's only recipient of the prestigious Mazda President's Club Award, recognizing exceptional guest care. Accolades are per Mazda North American Operations Performance and Zone Sales Records for 2022. Big-time fan and a repeat customer. Team Holiday on your side. It's a win. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Mazda, Highway 41 and 23 in Fond du Lac, and at holidaymazda.com. It's worth the trip.
Why are you dressed like that? Like what? You look like George Washington. I thought we were going colonial today.
No, we're talking about the colonial bedroom today.
Oh. The Colonial Collection at Penny Mustard is so versatile. A bedroom that can be dressed up for a grand, formal look. Like me.
Or dressed down for a cozy, simple feel.
Sophisticrafted in the USA with solid wood, forever tight bed brackets, multiple wood and stain options, and drawer bottoms so thick and sturdy you can stand on them. The Colonial Collection also features hidden slide-out jewelry compartments in the headboard.
The perfect place to safely store your valuables.
Along with your wooden teeth. Will you please change out of that ridiculous getup? Gladly. Powdered wigs are itchy. The Colonial Bedroom Collection, starting at just $168 a month, with only 1 penny down and no interest until May of 2027, through June 4th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com. Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
Here's to soaking up surf culture on Wisconsin's fresh coast. Here's to beaches designed for people of all abilities. To sand between your toes and happiness in your heart. Here's to trading skylines for endless Wisconsin shorelines. And to ending each day with smiles all around. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Start your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
There's nothing out there
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Tayback Law fights for those who fought for us. If you're a vet and have been wrongfully denied the VA benefits you're entitled to, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Traffic and weather, Debbie Lazaga. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, John. We got a bit of a gauntlet on 4394 northbound. It's an accident just north of Holt Avenue, actually north of Oklahoma Avenue to be more exact. And we've got the right lane blocked, then a little bit further down the left lane blocked. So you're going to have to kind of zigzag through, maybe stick with the center lane, bit of a bottleneck through that area. So that's backed up all the way back into the Mitchell interchange, up past that scene. Now the southbound side, everybody's got to slow down, take a look at what's going on. So we got delays out of the Marquette, solid all the way down past that point. Once you get past the accident, you're good to go all the way down through the Mitchell interchange. We do still have some delays on the westbound side of 894 heading out towards 68th Street, and southbound 894 solid from Greenfield all the way down and around the Hale interchange all the way to about Forest Home, maybe a little bit past that as well. Your usual delays on eastbound and westbound 94, though, folks heading to the game, so that's why you're seeing a little bit of that heavier volume there. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
All right, the WTMJ 5-day forecast. How about this? Check this out. Tonight, clear skies, a low of 39. Might be chilly sleeping weather. I like that. That is fantastic. Tomorrow, sunny, pleasant, a high of 70. Saturday, sunny and beautiful, a high of 76. Sunday, dry, a high of 80. And Monday, Memorial Day, a great day to honor our heroes. Mostly sunny, a high of 80 degrees. Right now, a little chilly, but it's pleasant. Sunny skies, it's 54 degrees. Vince Vitrano is the host of Wisconsin's Morning News here on WTMJ. They start at 5 in the morning. That is ungodly early, isn't it? Vitrano is with us from the ballpark. Hello, Vince.
Man, I just wanted to go to a ball game today, but I had to work, brother.
Exactly, and you got to talk to the main man.
Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred is in town. Now, this is part of what he does normally. He tries to make at least 15 trips to regular old games, and therefore covering all of Major League Baseball's 30 teams. So he met with the Giants and the Brewers, some of the players and other principals today before the game. But then he wanted to talk about stadium financing with local reporters. So we spent most of the time in a back and forth with the commissioner about where things stand with the long-term future of American Family Field and thus the Brewers here in Milwaukee.
What did he have to say about the core funding issue, Vince? Did he lay out the vision for why he believes the Brewers need the money?
I mean, my short answer to that, John, is not much. Like, I was a little bit surprised. I thought he would take a more forceful tone. He didn't come in here with a whole bunch of or else's. If we don't get a stadium deal extension done here, Brewers are gone. There was no fire and brimstone in that. He just made the case mostly about the state meeting its current obligation under the lease that the Brewers have with the stadium district here in Milwaukee that actually speaks for the taxpayers of the state. So he was really hung up on, the commissioner was, we have a deal. The deal is that the state is supposed to spend a certain amount of money on upkeep for American Family Field, and we expect the state of Wisconsin to do that. How they do it, he didn't really seem interested in the particulars.
You know, and I think that's probably a good strategy. Don't you think? You know this community as well as I do, maybe better. You've been here longer than I have. And to come in and kind of threaten or even insinuate that the Brewers could leave, that this is, I don't think that would resonate. I think the soft pedal, especially when teams are working on this on both sides of the island, Madison, is probably the right strategy.
John, I was a kid when we had this debate the last time around. And I can tell you that when the Brewers, Bud Selig at the time, got real serious and people felt like they were sort of being threatened, like, hey, the Brewers could leave, the Brewers could leave. No, fans don't react well to that. So I would agree with you. They don't want to have to say it. Now, a number of other reporters, in fact, there were some visiting reporters here from the San Francisco Bay Area because we have the Giants in town. They're very concerned about the Oakland A's. It seems all but certain that the A's are going to pick up stakes and leave. The commissioner was asked about that specifically. Could Milwaukee become the next Oakland? Could they become the A's? And he said Milwaukee and the ballpark we have right now, this is his line, they're the antithesis of the Oakland A's. They're doing everything right. They've got a good ballpark, but they need to continue to maintain it in order to keep that status.
That's a really interesting answer. Did you mention that this is a typical kind of springtime tour that the commissioner does? Did he address any other topics?
He actually talked, Sandy, a little bit about the rules changes, how popular they are, how that seems to be going really well. It was kind of sort of his opening salvo. But then as soon as he opened it up for questions, all anybody wanted to talk about was the stadium stuff. I'll point this out, too. The question that I asked him and that I'll be sharing later when I have a chance to send back a little bit of the interview. Question I asked him was, look, right now, if you're asking the fans in Milwaukee and in Wisconsin to invest hundreds of millions of dollars in the long-term future of the Brewers here, and we look over at the New York Mets and they're outspending us in payroll by $200+ million this year, what are you going to do to level the playing field for small market teams like Milwaukee? And he didn't have a great answer for it. He said Milwaukee's proven, like some of these other smaller clubs, that you can be competitive with a smaller payroll, and he praised the Brewers for doing that. But he didn't have an answer on this, disparity in these payrolls. It's absurd.
I want to ask you a non-baseball question. I was at an event last night, and someone came up to me, and they were asking me a lot of questions about the station and the shows. And this person said to me, I really like the 8 o'clock hour in the morning when they laugh. They said, I like it when they laugh, and half the time it's funny stuff, and half the time they decide something that's really newsy. How do you decide? How do you decide in the morning whether you go newsy or whether you go hard or edge on that 8 o'clock hour, which is much different than the rest of your show?
Yeah, I mean, I think, John, if there's something very obvious, there's an American tragedy that we need to talk about or a huge political story that we need to talk about that leads the 8 o'clock hour, and we go kind of straight news guy on it. Eric and I are, really committed to the mission that we have at WTMJ, to folks who listen to our station, that they're there for the news and information, and that comes first. But our favorite place to be is when it's both. So if we're in the political world talking about, today we were talking about the Governor DeSantis rollout for his run for president, and we were both sharing that information, but also laughing at the fact that it was a Twitter disaster and people were making fun of him and whatever else. So, if we're learning and laughing, that's our wheelhouse.
Yeah, I like the combination of the both.
It's a good phrase, learning and laughing.
Well, we're trying to be as good as your show.
Oh, come on.
Keep trying.
You don't need, yeah. Sandy Max, everybody. Hey, all right, so we're all going to meet up tonight, and we're going to the game together. Sandy and I are going to come out there. You're already out there. We're in the WTMJ suite tonight. Adam and Greg are going to be there. Save us some beer. Save us some food.
I don't know. Eric just got here, and we're alone in the suite, and the food just came. So I can't make any promises.
There's still time.
Left.
I know Bernie Brewer. Should I call him and see if I can get the two of you in the sausage race?
Not interested in that. I'm going to drink some beers. I'm going to have some brat, Sandy, and I'm off the clock.
We're in trouble, especially the way you just cracked on a Max. Now there's going to be no food or beer left when we get there.
Save John a White Claw. He's onto something new.
Yeah, save me a White Claw. They have cherry. I'll take one of those.
Anything else?
No, I think we're
am I
good.
done now?
Yeah, you're done. Now you can go eat and drink with Bill Stead.
Great. Love
Vince
you guys.
Vitrano,
Thanks.
the host of Wisconsin's Morning News. We always appreciate it. Thanks, Vince.
You bet.
You can keep up to date on everything going on in the show. Don't miss a single moment from Wisconsin's Afternoon News. Thanks to Geist Garage Doors, you can now listen to the show anywhere you get your podcasts. Apple, Spotify, Google, WTMJ.com. Check it out. All the big interviews, serious topics, and fun conversations. We've got you covered. The Wisconsin Afternoon News podcast presented by Geist Garage Doors. Don't think twice. Call Geist. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Today was kind of a little bit of a mixed bag. Everybody's waiting to see on Wall Street what happens with the debt ceiling discussions. The S&P 500 closed the day up 36 points to 4151. The NASDAQ was up big time, almost 2%, climbing 214 points to close at 12,698. The Dow was off 35 to drop to 32,764. Been a rough week for the Dow. The Russell 2000 was down. Crude oil was down. So was gold. So was silver. The 10-year Treasury bond eked up about 2.5%. Annex Wealth Management, know the difference.
Hey, who's hungry? Time for dinner, right? Getting pretty close. Palermo's is Wisconsin's hometown pizza. It's always a good idea, right? They've been making great tasting frozen pizzas in the state for over 55 years. That includes Screamin' Sicilian. Did you know that was a Palermo's brand? How about Connie's or Urban Pie? All sorts of different varieties and options. Primo Thin, that's my wife's favorite, as a matter of fact. And best idea, pick up a few. Plop a few in the freezer, grab one, put it in the oven tonight. Everyone's going to be happy watching the ball game with Palermo's on the table. Perfect blend of indulgent great taste with fewer calories. That's the Primo Thin. Overflowing with toppings. That's the Screamin' Sicilian. Hey, why discriminate? Get them both and decide which one you'd prefer tonight. Have the other one tomorrow. Palermo's can be found at Sendik's, Piggly Wiggly, Pick and Save, Festival Foods, and Woodbins. Wisconsin's hometown pizza is Palermo's.
Don't you just love the WTMJ Fix-It show? Hi, this is Matt Elliott from Elliott's Ace Hardware. When you think Fix-It, first you think about Saturday mornings on WTMJ. Then you gotta be thinking Elliott's Ace Hardware. Where else can you find such great staff, big brands, and all the stuff, and I'm talking all the stuff, to get your Fix-It done? So enjoy the WTMJ Fix-It show on Saturday morning. And then head to Elliott's Ace in Elm Grove, West Dallas, Pewaukee, and Muskego.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
So when you're in a pain spiral, will stem cells or bone marrow harvested from your body and then placed back into your body get you out of it? For those willing to go through a very expensive and not exactly easy process, which is not FDA approved, it might. But for those not willing to pay exorbitant amounts to go through all that, especially knowing that pain relief is not a sure thing, it's not an option. At Rejuvenex, we inject powerful, FDA-approved treatments that reduce inflammation and pain while improving mobility in hips, shoulders, elbows, and knees, with some patients experiencing relief for greater than 2 years before repeating the process. I'm Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics, and we are in network with most major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief, really.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
You could throw your flip-flop at a bug.
Ew, a bug, get it.
But the chances of actually hitting it
Over there!
are statistically
It's still alive.
unlikely. Good thing nature's got your back. Stem bug killers combine powerful active ingredients found in plants, like lemongrass and geraniol, and scientifically engineer them into effective bug-fighting formulas, safe for use as directed around people, pets, and throughout the home. Stem, rooted in nature, optimized by science.
The Dell Technologies Summer Sale event starts now with limited quantity deals on select performance PCs with Windows 11 Pro. Save on select Vostro laptops with built-in security features and select Latitude laptops with enhanced privacy, collaboration, and connectivity. Save on essential accessories, plus free shipping and special financing with Dell Business Credit. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 11 Pro for business. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. Offered to business customers by WebBank, who determines qualifications for and terms of credit.
J&J Contractors specializes in full remodels of kitchens, baths, and basements. Google J&J Contractors or stop out to see the beautiful showroom in Greendale today and see how they are different.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 5:30. I'm John Mercure. Your top story: the commish comes to town with a message.
I'm Sandy Max, a manufacturing mainstay in Milwaukee, leaving.
I'm Greg Matzik. He's the hottest hitter in baseball.
I'm Debbie Lazago. We got some problems on the northbound side of 4394. An accident just north of Oklahoma Avenue's got a couple of lanes blocked. One, the right lane blocked, then a little bit further down the left lane blocked. So it's a bit of a gauntlet trying to get through that. So give yourself that extra time to get through there. Southbound on 43, we are seeing some delays from Capitol Drive down through the Marquette. And of course, everybody's got to slow down and take a look at the accident. East and westbound 94, your usual stuff for Brewer games. It's going to start to slow down a little bit out of the Marquette, heading to the stadium. The eastbound side slow from the zoo into the stadium. We've also got a broken down vehicle on southbound 43 in Ozaukee County. It's just south of Highway C. That's the Cedarburg exit. The right lane is blocked with this, so you're going to want to be careful with that. Give yourself some extra time. We are seeing about a half a mile to 3/4 of a mile delay right there. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, clear skies, a low of 39 degrees. Tomorrow, sunny and pleasant, a high of 70 inland, a little cooler along the lake. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, will they stay or will they go? Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred is visiting the Brewers this afternoon. Speaking with the press, the commission stressed the importance of finding ways to fund maintenance efforts at American Family Field.
I think the Brewers are interested in a long-term relationship, an extension of lease that keeps them here. And so it's not just an expense item, it's an investment in keeping Milwaukee a major league city.
The Wisconsin State Legislature is currently at odds over how to fund repairs at AmFam. The Brewers say the stadium needs roughly $450 million for ongoing maintenance.
A longtime Milwaukee factory leaving.
The Master Lock facility at 32nd and Center will be completely shut down by next March, the company announcing today. UAW Local 469 President Mike Bink tells WTMJ there are some silver linings.
The company is committed to treating people well on the way out, that they are going to provide out packages for everyone.
Bink says it's far from the worst case scenario for this type of manufacturing closure.
The company did give us a lot of warning rather than just doing a 60-day plant closing notice, which is the minimum.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Master Lock saying in a statement they're moving their manufacturing to other locations in North America and around the world.
A man who was reported missing earlier this week has been found dead in a retention pond in Elkhorn. Dexter Johnson was reported missing on Monday. Elkhorn Police and the fire department say that he was found after a report of a body in a retention pond this morning. That body was Johnson. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Foul play is not suspected.
The village of Mount Pleasant in Racine County has closed on its land sale to Microsoft for their planned $1 billion data center there. Microsoft is buying a 315-acre parcel of land in the village of Mount Pleasant for that new data center. According to the news release put out by municipal backers of the project, site readiness work could start later this year, pending approvals.
A deadly accident for a zebra at the Milwaukee County Zoo. The zoo says Stewart, the zebra, was running and chasing impalas when he ran into a wire fence. The animal died from his injuries despite the veterinary team's best efforts.
A local product stays hot. Greg Matzik has the latest on the Brewers next in sports.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time 5:34. Traffic this afternoon sponsored by J&J Contractors, Southeast Wisconsin's most trusted home remodeler since 1983.
May is here, and as a Wisconsinite, you know that marks the start of sun, warmth, and joy. So when the rubber meets the road, you better be ready for the changing weather and adventures that may lie ahead. This is Jim Griffin. We have you covered with the marvelous service specials. We'll change your oil, inspect and rotate your tires, check the battery and air filter, give it a complete multi-point inspection, check your AC or your heat, and even change your wiper blades, all for $129.95. Good at all 5 Griffin dealerships.
Old National Bank is asking everyone to get old. But first, people have questions.
Will it take me years to get old?
No, getting old can literally happen in minutes.
Is getting old like a complicated process?
Not at all. Just stop into one of our banking centers or visit our website. We even have an app for that.
Will I look any different after I get old?
You may look happier and more relaxed with a banking partner like us.
Definitely want to get old.
Introducing Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Old National Bank. Get old. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Grandview buys homes. Hi, I'm Tom Delich here to tell you Grandview will buy your home in any condition. Wait a minute, you ask. What about water damage? Yes, Grandview will buy your home. Mold in the attic? Yes, we'll buy your home. Cracks in the foundation? Yes, Grandview will buy your home also. The fact is, we buy homes in any condition. Maybe your home hasn't been updated in 20 or 30 years. No problem. Grandview will buy your home. Or maybe your belongings are stacked up to the ceiling and you just need to move on. Grandview will buy your home too. Not only do we buy homes in any condition, you don't have to lift a finger to sell your home. We'll give you a fair cash offer in 48 hours and close on the day you choose. Then only take the belongings you want and leave the stress and the mess to us. The folks at Grandview understand your situation and will always treat you with dignity and respect. So sell your home as is today. Call the name you know and the name you trust. GrandviewHomes.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Sports Desk. Here's Greg Matzik.
Well, the newest member of the Brewers is 32-year-old starting pitcher Julio Teheran. Tonight's starting pitcher is 32-year-old Julio Teheran. Welcome to the club. Here's the ball. Brewers and Giants tonight. Game 1 of a 4-game series. Haven't seen the lineup yet. Oh, yeah, I have. Here it is. Owen Miller is in it. Good. He's hitting .403 in May.
I mean, I think he's swinging the bat well.
kind of earned his way into a regular spot in the lineup somewhere. But no, I think he's just swinging the bat well. I mean, he swung the bat well really all season. The power has started to come, but he's had good at bats really since the day he walked into Arizona. He's been having good at bats, so he's putting together a nice little season.
Craig Counsell's Brewers begin the day in first place in the NL Central, 2 games ahead of the Pirates.
The pace of the game is great. The way the new rules have energized, I think, the fans and the players, I think, is a really good thing for everybody.
That's Brewers GM Matt Arnold. Yesterday's game against the Astros, a shutout win for the Brewers, completed in 2 hours and 9 minutes. Organized team activities, Block 1 done for the Packers. Block 2 begins May 30th. Heat and Celtics tonight in the NBA. A Miami win allows them to advance to the NBA Finals, where the Denver Nuggets will be waiting.
I guess I'm going Nuggets, no matter who wins in the East,
I
right?
like the Nuggets.
I do too. They're fun to watch.
It's fun to watch. They haven't really been there before. New territory for them. They're a likable team to watch.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
All right, go Nuggets. 5:37 at WTMJ.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, a group of doctors I trusted with my knee surgery. The pain was real and options were important. My experience with each doctor was thorough, the appointments were timely, always close and easy access to the building. My mom felt the same way, I know, when she went there for her physical therapy appointments at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. I trusted their surgical team for my knee surgery, and I know they'll take care of you the way they did my mom and me. Make an appointment at orthowisconsin.com.
Wealth-changing question. Is your advisor giving you incomplete advice? Besides investing, there's also taxes, insurance, estate planning, and other elements that can be stressful to organize. At Creative Planning, we provide all the expertise, all the advice you need, all in-house, ensuring every aspect of your wealth works harder together so you can enjoy your wealth instead of worrying about it. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on WTMJ.
All right, hey, you know what that music is? That's like standing outside an Abercrombie store. 2003. Brian Niznansky, looking at the ladies, folding the T-shirts. Hey girls.
Folding the jeans. That was your expertise, right? Jean folding?
Yeah, I was really good. You know those rows of jeans that they had
Yeah.
on the wall? I was perfect at that.
Hey
was the
girls.
best. But I was even better at standing outside of the store, too.
Yeah, listening to this music.
Strike a pose. It's Brian
There was a
Niznansky.
scent. There was a scent in Abercrombie stores too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty strong. It was a formidable scent.
Yeah, it was. I remember that. I'd have to chase my girls out of there. We go to the mall, and all they want to do is go to Abercrombie and watch guys like you standing outside the front of the store.
It was a good call. You made a really good decision to keep them away from me, for sure.
Oh, my God.
And you know what else? You know what else, too? They used to blare the music, too, like obnoxiously loud.
Yep.
Like it was like you couldn't even talk. You had to, but it was normal.
Everybody knew where the Abercrombie and Fitch store was, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Creating that shopping experience. Well, we have one of the monitors up, and we saw that you're floating on a boat and you've got your life vest on. So I still think you could take your shirt off and still be safe and put the sunscreen on.
They're lucky it's 50 degrees out here, or else, yeah, the shirt would be out off. The suns would be out. Yeah.
So is Hollister like your enemy? Was Hollister like the enemy or American Eagle?
Yeah, I hate to say this, but like back then it was like we looked down on them.
Yeah.
That's what we did. Yeah. No.
I know. I saw the documentary.
Friendly competition is good.
Yeah, no, it was not friendly for sure. No, it was.
If you couldn't get hired at Abercrombie, you applied at Hollister.
Yeah, pretty much.
Uh-huh.
That's how we felt.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
it was pretty pompous of us at the time.
What a pride point.
Unbelievable.
We're going to get so
It
much
was
mileage out of this, you have no idea.
I'm going to be embarrassed to even talk about this already.
Don't be. We all had our teen years in
That's
our
right.
first job. And like you said,
Yeah.
you brought up that you worked as a custodian in the Racine schools. Like you've put your elbow
right.
grease in. You were allowed
I
to
put
have
my
a
time in.
For sure.
And I I matured very well. Yes, I became a wonderful father, a wonderful husband, a stand-up human being.
That's the
Aged
stuff
nicely.
that counts.
And a scientist. And I saw you, so you're floating on the boat. Why are you floating on the boat
how's
in the
that?
marina today?
Yeah. So check this out. Yeah, so we're with Freedom Boat Club here in the McKinley Marina, and it's Boating Safety Week. And, of course, they also have a very busy weekend ahead, Memorial Day weekend. There's going to be a lot of people out on the water. So we're just going over boating safety. We're talking about a lot of people already starting their long weekend down here. So, yeah, not a bad place to be. It is cool, though. I got to tell you, out on the lake here, we just rolled up on the yacht club here, and they got music going. But it's a little chilly. We got temperatures in the upper 40s right here on the water, guys.
All right, so lead us through what's going to be a fantastic next few days.
It is, yeah. Sunny skies expected for tomorrow. So we'll go sunshine tomorrow, high of 61 in Milwaukee, inland 68. For Saturday, sunny skies, 70 degrees for a high, inland 76. Sunday, sunny skies in Milwaukee, 72, inland 78. And then Memorial Day, Monday, mostly sunny, and a high of 74. Well, that was Sunday. A high on Memorial Day up to around 80 degrees. So, again, it's looking really nice. Each day gets a little bit warmer, guys.
Man, that's fantastic. It's a great day to be at the mall. Folding some jeans.
Checking out my new board shorts. Yeah.
Oh, Niz, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Oh, this makes me so happy. It's 5:43 at WTMJ.
The Best Buddies golf outing is the hottest ticket in June. We can promise it will be a fantastic afternoon of golf, networking, and friendship. Share the day with friends, clients, or colleagues. Hit a few balls, miss a few balls. And meet some new friends along the way. June 12th at Ironwood Golf Course. For all questions or for sponsorship opportunities, contact Caroline Tyson.